games to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money. They say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste. You ain't got no time. Out and about, out chasing paper. The streets of my house, and the house always wins like Vegas. Never down for the count. Second win, second nature. Found mine. Never had my hands out. Fuck favors. By design, everything tailored. In my youth, it was shell toes, no Chuck Taylors. We choke game, how to have a game show. It's still the same code game, so it's still the same code. We all pay the cost, pay dues. Move with the mind state that I can't lose. On the grind, push a hard line with my linemen. Back when I was young, they said it's all about timing. Till it's my time, all the stars are aligning. I'm a diamond in the rough, couple cuts got me shining. This game you cannot cop on consignment. In the field, all we do is execute assignments. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste, you ain't got no time to talk. The game's to be sold, not told. So we finna keep everybody broke. They say time is money, they say money talk. I ain't got no time to waste, you ain't got no time to talk.
First, we get into this paper. See, I want it all, plus some UNDERDOG acres, a lot of alcohol, few dad bags of paper. Run this shit like a ship and I'm the sailor. Cold, kinda like it's fresh up out the freezer. Cold, if she ain't talking bread, I don't need her. Soon as I meet her, I'm a fucker, then I leave her. It's the old Mac knees, treat them all like bottom feeders. Break it down slow for them folks that don't know. I'm a seasoned vet, black belt out the dojo. With a wide range of weapons, so I'm out the holster. Keeping all options open, so many ways that I can fold ya. Told you from the gate, never been about no play. Get it on the go, they never been known for no delay. The game should be sold, not to be told. Keep your mouth shut, don't have to break the mold. Mac knees.
Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I distribute. Break the work down, it's fence the move. Push that work out, I just distribute. A young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor.
I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. You know I'm the boy, get money's what I'm used to.
Keep you straight from the gate, so I don't confuse ya. I'm a D-boy, need abusive as users. I'ma make noise, shout to my producer. I'm an entertainer, but I ain't here to amuse ya. Yeah, fuck with shooters and they all fucking users. Come through, wake that ass up like a rooster, hella early in the morning. Early bird gets a worm. Finna get rich for 'em, food for the worms. Cutting cocaine, dumping whole things. It's a cold game, make you run your gold chain. Hungry, but I'm moving in a keto state. For sure, beat the price on the keys in your state. Catch me running up a tail, fucking up a bag. Make me wonder how long will a good thing last. On my Curtis Mayfield, live a life I can't chill. Push a man, pushing packs, all I do is make squeal. Keep it 100, I'm just numb, yo, I can't feel none of these suckers when they say they real. Stacking Uber cash, I'm an out-of-state supplier. Random Uber man, he a getaway drive. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the foreign or I'm hopping out the Uber. Crew clocking chips opposite of you losers. Can't be broke as a joker, got no sense of humor. Just a young pack mover, shot to my consumer. Jumping out the...
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every
hustling. Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile. Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
My pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. It's all a hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
It's hard out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you.
Shannon, top of the motherfucking morning.
All right.
Let me get this thing set up.
What up, Triple X Lex? You said just got Devontae Adams for Nico, and Jaleel McLaughlin said he has Javonte, but I think that was a crazy steal for me.
I mean, if I think you got to remember this is week 6, so maybe you're looking at because the draft capital makes it worth it. But and I will say I'd probably rather have Devontae Adams.
I mean, this is the only reason that person sold him for this was because of the last game. So as long as that's not the normal, should be good.
Yeah, and that person's probably excited to get a Jaleel White and Nico Collins. Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'm okay with it.
What up, Niner?
What up, Niner? Bang bang.
Cliff in the house.
Clifford Franklin was handing.
What up, Brandon?
What up, Brandon?
And then we got Hustling Bruce and Emil. What up, peeps?
What's up, Hustling Bruce? He's a hustling motherfucker in here. And what up, Emil? Shout out to Canada.
And Brandon said, what's good, fellas? Hope all is well. Who we starting out of Evan Ingram or Logan Thomas?
It's Logan Thomas.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram got what, like a neck or something? What does he got, bro? Dealing with something. I might be confusing him with somebody else, but I know he's got nicked up.
I don't know if he's hurt or not, but the matchup's just a lot better for Logan Thomas. What up, Corbin?
What's happening?
Niner, he said, A-Chain, I wonder when the IR designation comes, or maybe he will be back in less than 4 games. What'd they say? 4? They said 3 to 4 games potentially, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, I guess that was Anthony Richardson who I was looking at, and they said he's going to miss 4 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, it's funny because I saw, I was looking the Green Bowl. I've been at least able to look at who's dropping what, and then I noticed Killer Clowns. He got the first pick off the board because Brian didn't make a pick, and he goes and he grabs that running back from Arizona, and then Ghost Monkey, of course, right after gets the Ginsu.
Yeah,
and I said, hey man, I know you've been looking for QBs, why pass on the Gardner Minshew? You know what I mean? He's like, oh, well, I like the upside of the running back. But I'm like, man, in the QB premium, I can't help but lean the QB all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, they say 4 to 8, bro. What I'm saying? They could just not bring him back this year. You know what I mean? For real. Plus, what's 4 to 8 right now for you? That's the regular season, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Ghost Monkey, he's set there now. He needs it too. He just keeps the fantasy guys like him this year because they keep giving him they keep fucking his QBs up and then give him an opportunity to grab one every time.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, you say he's set. I mean, he's set for this week, I guess, but that's pretty much like a week to week thing. I know Minshew's Minshew's like a starting quarterback, but come on.
Yeah,
Minshew's a guaranteed starter in fantasy.
I said he was set. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even this week, I mean, versus the Jags, I know it is a revenge narrative, but it's also a revenge narrative on the other side of the field as well. And I guess that's one thing that we always got to remember. It's not just about the player going up against their team. It's the whole team going up against them as well.
They all love the Minshew Mania.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, you know, you also want to beat your friends. I'm not saying they want to kill them, but they want to beat them. That's for damn sure.
You know, I bet you like Gardner Minshew was the type that would take a dump outside, like he'd like dig a hole. And like, God damn it, Gardner.
What a Viking Queen.
Oh, hail the Viking Queen.
And Brandon said, I drafted Evan, just picked up Logan. I agree with y'all. For this week, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
Evan Ingram's solid, but we've seen, you know, Logan Thomas.
Yeah, Evan Ingram don't make me
a couple times.
Yeah, Evan Ingram don't make me feel like I shouldn't have another viable tight end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really, the lack of touchdown upside with him. He'll get some targets, you know, every now and again, but we're just not seeing any games where he's like flirting with 100 yards or like getting like multiple red zone targets. Like, I don't even think we've seen that like in one game where he's got multiple red zone targets.
I mean, last year he was that guy, but like, think about it. Now they have like other options, and ETN is like, you know, he's came into his own, and you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Yep.
What are we usually doing? Wednesday we just rock, huh?
What?
Oh, no, nothing. Go ahead.
Niners said they haven't officially said it yet. Yeah, right. I mean, I don't even know if he's gotten doubtful tag on Sleeper yet, but they already said he's going to miss weeks, but it's really, they don't have to make it official. And I mean, they don't have to make anything official like right now. If they're putting him on IR, they just need to do it sometime this week, and then he can come off sometime, you know, exactly 4 weeks from now.
You know, this is a cool situation for the Ginsu because, like, listen, it's a long shot, but like, man, like, you know, they've won every game he started. You know, I think a team that goes 9-7 wins this division. It's like, man, you know what I mean? I mean,
they're come out, win this game that gives them the early upper hand.
Yeah,
division.
And I mean,
for play in Jacksonville, so.
And you know, I was the one totally off Anthony Richardson, and I didn't even the fact he was a mobile QB, that was only a little part of it. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, mobile QBs get hurt, but anyone gets hurt. But my whole thing was like, it just reminded me too much of Lance, the situation of not that much playing experience coming out of college. But then also, more importantly, you have the Ginsu who just played in that system for the last 2 years as a backup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he comes through, he just knows the system well. And he actually got some okay weapons there between Pittman and Downs. And then, like, now you have a competent QB to, you know, be able to, you know, not to say that Anthony Richardson won't be competent at one point, but, you know, he looks like a kid who's just ready to take off all the time. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh, Stranger, what up? Shout out to the Houday Nation. He said, just quick stop today. He said, I have the kittens going into the vets to get broken. He said, my word for fixed.
Okay, so what is that? Broken?
Yeah, so getting them fixed.
Oh, okay.
And Chewy said, flex spot. Choose one. Madison, Scary Terry, Jonathan Taylor.
Madison, Scary Terry, Jonathan Taylor.
This sucks because all are like not good choices this
Scary
week.
and Taylor.
Well, he said only choose one.
Oh, Scary Terry.
I'm so nervous.
Fucking
I'm nervous.
AJ Terrell, he's playing.
What sucks is on paper is Alexander Madison's the best player. And I don't want to say Alexander Madison.
No, I'll take JT over Alexander Madison.
Yeah, we still don't know if JT is going to be on the snap count.
I mean, I guess Chicago is a good matchup. I mean, that was the one game no one ran all over them last week. Is that what we should expect?
I'm putting a pin in this one, Chewy. You come back later with this because I don't like any of these guys this week. If you got to make me make a choice right now, I'll go Scary Terry. But I don't know. I don't like it. Amon Celtic said pick 2 to start: Swift, Pittman, Brees.
Swift and Brees. It's
Okay, Swift and Pittman. The thing about Brees is going up against the Eagles, they're just kind of shutting down running backs all the time.
I can't get out that Brees play, man. Fuck. You already answered it.
Jay, what up? He said finally another win in the wafers. He said trying to get back to 500. It's where it all is. If you're under 500, that's your goal. Let's get back to 500.
Gotta get flattened out there. You know what I mean? Just gotta get flattened out.
St. Louis fan said Walker for Cup, non-PPR. My other running backs are CMC, and I don't know who the other person is.
Yeah, if you need a receiver, it's not bad.
It's pretty even.
Yeah, I mean that's if. Here's my thing. I'm okay, all 100% every day, all day, making what they would consider the even trade. I just don't like to do that, but I would, and that's sometimes the even trades was gonna get it done. I think that'll get it done. Who doesn't want Walker? And then the one thing is like you're selling Walker, he doesn't have a bye week no more, and then now you're gonna have, you're buying Cup, who's gonna have a bye week still. So I do look at stuff like that, but yeah, this is so for that matter. I would say just based on that, I like the Walker side better.
Yeah, that extra bye week makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it, man. It sucks. Like I'm going through it right now. You know what I mean, with certain leagues, and it's like shit. I gotta win. Like I went through it last week too, where I'm like, yeah, it's hard. You gotta win in those situations. You can't let the bye week really affect you.
What I don't think anybody really thinks about it because it's almost it's no harm, no foul if everything just works and you end up winning, right? But it's like you trade Walker away for Cup. It's like now out of that same player, if you're just combining them into 17 weeks out of, Walker / Cup, it's like now you're getting 2 bye weeks out of those players. Does it hurt you? Who knows? But the other person who's trading Cup away for Walker, instead of getting 1 bye week,
got an extra week.
They get 0 bye weeks, from that. Just more points over the amount of time, maybe. All right, let's do a dab.
I can hear my girl talking on the phone right now. I'm like, why the fuck are you hella loud around the baby right now? Let the baby sleep, goddammit.
Man, I didn't even realize Double has back-to-back baseball games, back-to-back days.
That's dope.
We'll see. What up, Crispy?
What up, Crispy? I mean, the kid thoroughly enjoys it, right?
Sometimes.
Would you say from the outside looking in, do you think it helps with his team aspect skills? You know what I mean? Because I know he's a bit of a lone ranger. I mean, who isn't when you're an only child? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know. He's just like a lot of the kids out there, it's not like any of the kids are like that, focused on any part of the baseball.
Okay. They're happy to be around each other, huh?
Some yes, some no. I feel like some kids are hella annoyed around the other kids, and then because I'm actually in the dugout,
Yeah. You were telling me you kind of babysit them, or I guess that
pretty
your
much.
words.
Yeah,
it's your words.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm the bench coach or whatever, but yeah, I'm pretty much the babysitter for all these fucking 6 to fucking 8 and 9-year-olds.
What's crazy about that too is I really enjoy these type of sporting joints for kids these days that are that age, because man, if you go back 4 or 5 years ago, they're 3, 2, 3 years old, and then they don't know, they're not around too many people because of COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is kind of cool because my son, man, that was kind of different. He was 3 years old, not wanting to step out the house without a mask and shit. Because that was just how just all he knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I get mixed feelings from from Noble about. I mean, parts that he always loves. He loves after the game because you get your little like pre snack or whatever like after the game. So he's always like hyped about that.
No. Yeah, I used to when my girls used to take my two oldest, they used to do gymnastics for about 3 years, and it was crazy because like it was every Monday. And so, like, I would go, during the football season, you know what I mean? I'd be in there just watching the game and shit. And then, like, there's this one dad is like, I'd notice him there. He'd always be like, what's up? And so every time I see him there, he'd be like, what up? You know what I mean? And our daughters, he's like, would kick it and shit. And then, like, I'm just like, fuck. One time he's like, you good, bro? I'm like, nah, it's fantasy football. Oh, yeah? What's your team, right? And then all of a sudden, now we're best friends, right? He plays, and then next thing you know, now when I'm in there, he's like, hey, bro, he's sitting next to me just watching the game and shit. You know what I mean? And we used to be like the active dads, like, you know what I mean, that would like, you know what I mean, and help the kids get the little mats arranged and shit like that. But now we're just chilling. We're coaching, right? You know what I mean? We're doing this other coaching now.
Niner said Reynolds, Garrett Wilson, B-Rob Godwin start too. So I feel like benching Garrett. I got him in the second round. I mean, draft capital means nothing at this point. And I don't even know if I'd bench him. Like the Eagles, like they give up a lot to the wide receivers, and it's like usually not in the first quarter, but
Who is this? I totally zoned out.
Tap. Josh Reynolds, Garrett Wilson, B-Rob. Wait, is it Goodwin or Godwin? I guess in my head I saw Goodwin, but I read Godwin. I mean, you're starting B-Rob for sure. Yeah. I don't even know about the rest though. I mean, shit, I might just go Garrett Wilson.
Stone God. I'll probably. You got to choose two.
Yeah. Reynolds, Garrett Wilson, B-Rob, Goodwin.
It'd probably be. Yeah, it's hard to sit Garrett Wilson because no matter what, he's been having this little floor here. I think last week was the weakest game he had for fantasy.
Ah. And he was still like 4 for 76, right, or some shit like that.
But then I don't think he's dropped under double digits in a single point PPR. So that's pretty cool floor. But really feel like there's zero upside.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But because I do like Godwin and B-Rob here.
Well, he said Goodwin, so I mean, unless he says that he fucked up on that, it's Goodwin.
It's not any good, man.
Yeah. Hey, what up, Tino? Said today's my wife's birthday, guys. They'll probably only be on the morning show. Well, if we see you for FNT, we see you. Happy birthday to the wifey.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday to Tina. Can you believe it? It's Tina and Tino.
You know what? This isn't the first time you've said it. Yeah. Tina.
He's like, God damn it, Bogard. Why have to say our names?
Angelo, what up? Said, do we like Deshaun Watson or Jordan Love more for the season? Need to drop one to stream a QB. Well, I like Watson more as a whole. Jordan Love is on a bye week this week. But also we're hearing shit about Deshaun Watson potentially not being able to play. The Vegas lines dropped as well on the over-under. The over-under on that game is now 37. And PJ Walker is going to be the guy if Deshaun doesn't play. The DTR experiment's over.
It sucks too because who did he play against? Was it the Ravens or was it the Steelers? Huh? When they put the kid in there,
it was the Ravens.
Okay, yeah, it's still a really rough team to have your first start against.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's not ready though. I mean, he looked good in the preseason and stuff, but he was like a deer in headlights out there. And I mean, is it any better this week going up against the Niners if Deshaun wasn't going to play?
And let me remind somebody or anybody, man, because we were so fiending for football that we actually didn't forget how DTR looked in that Hall of fucking Fame game.
Yeah.
Because that was the first thing I thought of when they watched was I was like, oh shit, the kid might go. He was shredding in that fucking game, running all over the place. But it's like, that's right, 4 stringers.
Yeah, and this is all the foolish people with like the rookie fever. Like, man, remember there was people who were like, "Oh, DTR might take, or they might just trade Watson." DTR is so good. And 21CJ said, "Yo, I got CJ Moore, Puka, Ayuk, Kirk, strong receiving core, but weak at RB. I got Stevenson, Algier, Roshan, Jaleel, Justice Hill. Would y'all move any piece or wait it out? I'm not forcing a trade, but I would be going and looking for someone who's wide receiver needy, who's got running backs. You got to find that team. That's it."
Yep.
And Crispy said, "Dino, tell your wife fantasy football first." What up, Jose?
What up, Jose? What? Oh,
and Tina said, "Crispy, I tried. She hit me."
She hit him right. She hit him right in his shit. Right? He was over there doing one of those poses like this, wearing the headband.
Yeah,
I'm sure he was on psychedelics.
Fucking there's a storyline in the league where it's Kevin and Jenny playing against each other, and like Jenny just beats him so bad, and that's like a running joke. She just beat me so bad, and like the daughter hears, like Kevin's like almost crying, and she calls the cops. And like the cops come over, and Jenny thinks that it's like police strippers or something, because like they have no idea why. And
trash in the toilet.
The cop asked Kevin, did she beat you, sir? Oh yeah, she really beat me this week. She really beat me bad. And then they cuff Jenny. Okay, man, we're gonna have to take you. He's like, wait, what? He was like, no, she didn't beat me. Like, beat me. I'm a man. And he this high pitched like little girly scream voice. Like,
man, I mean, you know, she probably was like, "Yeah, take me away." Hey, that's some great bulletin board material right there. Yeah, I mean, someone's got to call the cops now.
Josh said, "Would you trade Tutu, Burks, and Everett for Josh Downs, Derek Carr, and Jonnu Smith?" Yeah, because Cup is back. Tutu as of right now. Burks and Everett are all kind of like nothing. Josh Downs, Minshew.
If that was sent to you, if that was sent to you, I'd probably do that right now.
Yeah, John on the rise.
I feel like that's something he wants to send out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, if this is something you're going to send out, I mean, good luck on getting the other person to accept it. But if this was sent to you, you should have smashed accept already. He said this is a 20-man league.
Smash.
Do it.
I like that game because a man's league.
He said, hey, someone dropped Joe Burrow. Should I pick him up and drop Jordan Love for him? You should drop almost anybody to pick him up. Single QB league, man. What's an 8-man league? What is this? Got to be like an 8-man league, or why else would someone drop him?
You got to be it. It's a madman at the end of his width, about 6'2", gangly.
A desperate fool at the end of his pitiful rope.
I love how I always slaughter it, and then you know exactly where I'm at. I'm like, thank you, bring me back.
And Mike 32 said 8-man, 2 QB. Just got offered Russ, JJ, and ETN. Send Burrow, Saquon, and JT. Would be left with Fields and Herbert. I just don't like that. 2 QB, yeah. I don't want to do it. I mean, now, you went through, so many shitty weeks of Burrow. And it's now we're about to get, this potential MVP like Burrow that at least we thought, could be there. I mean, not the best matchup against the Niners and the Bills 2 and 3 weeks from now, but man, I mean, it's just about to blow up on the Seahawks right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are going to be tough matchups against the Niners and the Bills. And Furious Styles, what up? He said, Peace Kings. He said, just traded Henry and Ridley for Adams. And a half PPR, my running backs are Mostert, Kamara, and Taylor.
Probably
Cup, Allen, and Puka. He said, did I really lose that? I feel like you did, because you, just based on what you said, you need running back help.
Yeah, I probably would have. I mean, if you wanted Adams like that, you probably could have got Adams for Henry straight up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that, you're and even for Adams, like for the Adams and Henry pieces of that trade, like the recency bias on them, it's not the greatest. I think the better between those two is Adams. You know what I mean? And like, because Henry, like, I mean, they tried to do it again last week. He's throwing the touchdown passes. They didn't connect last week though, so. It kind of sucks. And then Tajee Spears is getting in the mix. I mean, we got 1.5 decent Derrick Henry games this year out of 5 weeks.
Yeah, but it's also like, so we talk about it sometimes in fantasy football. You start off on this like shitty trajectory. Sometimes you just have a really bad run at it schedule wise, and that kind of changes over time. I feel like this was like the wrong time to sell on Henry. I would have sold Taylor. Like shit, like we still don't know if he's not going to be on the snap count this week.
Because these guys are all on name value, basically. Not on. They're not all blowing up like crazy right now. So if you want to talk name value, JT, shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ravens. I mean, they've been so against defending the run. They haven't been their normal selves, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't. Henry's like your best running back right now, even though it sucks what's been happening with him. And there's a lot of people who are like, I'm going to trade my running back because I got JT coming back and he's just going to be the man, automatically. And
there was a guy, Tino knows, I'm not going to say this guy's name, but this guy jumps in the chat and basically proclaimed that he won it because he was getting JT back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
Week 4, right?
The motherfucking building. He was like, JT has entered the chat. JT in the motherfucking building. JT, just everyone quit now. And then he won.
You know what's so funny?
And he lost that week. He lost last week.
Because what's funny is like, okay, not the Dolphins, because Tyreek Hill, I mean, he's very modest after they won that game. Like, he wasn't talking shit on his podcast or anything, like that'd definitely be the forum if you're going to get excited, talk a little bit of shit. You do it on your own forum, right?
Yeah.
And then who knows who's listening? I know a lot of people are, I'm sure. He was super humble, but I'm sure that there was like hella Dolphins fans after the 70-point game were like, oh, Super Bowl. Like, who's stopping us now? Like, this is just Super Bowl. No,
yeah, he even had some Cowboy fans switch their hat to the Dolphins. It's our year. They just have every hat in there. They have all 32 hats. It's our year.
And then what happened the next week after that? They get smacked up like one of the worst losses like in the league that week. And like, I don't know, this is a week-to-week game.
The big brother in the division.
Yeah, this is a week-to-week game for fantasy, for NFL. Like, man. And it's funny because Killer Clowns is so pissed. He was like, bro, let me go find this text. Hold on.
Shout out to Killer Clowns. I like Killer Clowns. He doesn't bother me.
And let me see, where is
he? Actually takes the time to respond every time I'll send him a message and he tells me why he's rejecting it. And I like that. I actually think that's quite the courtesy to have.
So he said, I'm getting really upset in the Green Bowl. He said, I've lost Aaron Rodgers, Mike Williams, Justin Jefferson, fucking A-Chain. Said, if Evans doesn't come back this week, I'm going to lose my shit. He said, I feel like the same shit happened to me in the Green Bowl last year. And he said, because I remember you being like, this is why you need to play in more leagues.
He's having that feeling right now, huh? I need to be in more leagues, goddammit. Hey, but you know what's crazy? I don't like, look at what he just said. And I wonder if Killer Clowns even realized Anthony Richardson's hurt and Ginsu's out there. Cause
this was yesterday, not today, but
okay.
Yeah, but still, either way.
And it wasn't like you were gonna be like, hey bro, hey, you can solve all your problems, go get the Ginsu, you know what I mean? Because like Brian, he had number one waiver, but this is now the second week in a row he didn't bother to use it. You know what I mean? He's saving it for something.
Something.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
after that first week, and when I got Puka, I've always been on the bottom, so I've just been using it. Like, doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I've been 11 or 12 every time.
But it's funny, and that's what I said. I was like, you don't think this is karma for you, like always talking shit? How like after week 1, you're gonna win the fucking Super Bowl already?
Is he a Chargers fan in real life?
I know he was, but I don't know if I think he still is, like, at heart. Like, he may try to say no, but he actually really likes Chargers now I think about it. He drafted Mike Williams and Keenan Allen over there. He loves them.
I remember my boy, one of my boys. He's diehard Chargers fan, man. He's from Thousand Oaks, so he just grew up in SoCal, but that was his team, right? And he was happy as fuck to get Justin Herbert, and I was for him. I'm like, man, Justin Herbert's hella dope, bro. You must be excited for the future. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, but we're gonna ruin that kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, do all Chargers they're so modest and honest that they're not lying. They haven't been wrong.
I mean, that's what I said. Like, that's why I was off Herbert in the beginning. I was like, oh man, Chargers are they're gonna ruin it somehow, like, with them. And it's funny, like, I mean, you look at the first year, it's like the coaching did try to ruin them. He just, like, pushed through that threshold of shit. And, like, was just so good that they got rid of the coach.
Look at all those other cats that fucking got hurt. Remember, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams were hurt. He was working with Jalen Guyton and fucking, I forget the other guy, bro. There was another guy. This is life before Josh. Oh, it might have been. No, Josh Palmer wasn't there yet. He was there 2021. Yeah, it was. I forget who the other kid was, bro, but he was shredding, bro. There was no Eckler for like a good majority of the year. They were rocking with like Kalen Ballage. It was pretty insane.
Let me see. Dang it. Who was it? I know.
I lost the Super Bowl that year in my keeper league with Justin Herbert because he just
Tyron Johnson, right?
Tyron Johnson and Tyron Johnson and my man Jalen Ninja Guyton.
It was wild, man. And like, yeah, Herbert, I mean, he completely flipped the script on me. I still wasn't sold on him either. I was like, Chargers are going to figure out a way to like fuck this up. And they still are fucking it up with their coach, though. Like, they need to change it all the way.
Legendary Brandon Staley. Hey, babe, did mom make you something to eat? Okay.
Peacock said, what up? Dealing with a leak at work. This place is pretty flooded. That sucks.
Man, I was okay. Man, this is crazy because this is how I think. So I was in the grocery store the other night, and I'm just walking, and then bloop, something drops on my shoulder, and I look up. It's like piping and stuff, and then like on the floor, there's a little like a mini puddle, and I'm like, great, that's disgusting. You know? I just so happen to walk in this exact spot. This motherfucker that dripped on me, and then my OCD starts going crazy. I'm like, dang. And then the first worker I see, I tell him, hey, there's a pipe leaking. Oh, okay, let me get right on it. And then I ask him, hey, you think that's like sewage pipes? And he goes, why would they have it? He goes, why would they have it up there? And he acted like I was supposed to know. And I was like, well, that's why I'm asking. Because that would be really gross. You know?
Yeah, Dada was a sewage pipe.
Yeah, I know, right? But that was the first thing my mind went to. Like, ugh, what if there was feces in that drip of water?
Ricky Double A said Roshan Johnson and Jeff Wilson rest the season. Pick them both up.
You know what? Pick them up. Ask me the real questions. Roshan Johnson or Jeff Wilson rest of life.
Yeah.
All right? Let alone rest of season. I'm just too busy trying to figure it out for week to week. But you know what? Let's figure out their grandchildren. Let's go Jeff Wilson and Roshan Johnson legacy. Huh?
Let's see. Zach on YouTube said
answer the question.
He says Jaleel droppable now that Javonte is coming back. It's crazy that people think that. Hell no.
No.
He's more valuable.
And he probably plays more. I ain't gonna lie. Don't be surprised if he's getting the lion's share of the workload, bro. And it is going to be a 3-man rotation, I'm sure, if they're all three there, and that'd be annoying. But the only one who has touchdowns on the year is our man Jaleel White.
And it is going to be a 3-man rotation. That part's not changing.
Yeah,
What
so
up,
it's not like
Costco?
we're not telling you Jaleel White is some RB1 or RB2 if that. You know, I mean, he's just a a decent flex, I would say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in this matchup, I mean, that's probably that could be a reason why. This is what's annoying, because that could be a reason why they held out Javonte, because they're like, hey, we got the short week. Let's try to beat the Chiefs by running the ball with all our guys. I don't know. I mean, if that's their game plan, it's gonna be a long day for them on Thursday.
South Coast said, should I drop any of these guys for Rondale Moore, Woods, Rice, Kendre, Charbonnet, Strong, Mitchell?
It'd be Strong.
Yeah, get rid of him.
Yeah, the boom gone.
Yeah,
I'll hold on to everyone else for sure.
Woolin the Goat on Twitch, thanks for the follow. Said, should I trade Saquon and Dodson for Puka, Ford, and Palmer? Nah, I'm not giving up Saquon. I do want to get Puka, but man, I just don't want to give up.
I'll do that trade if you can give me some other better pieces outside of like Puka and better pieces.
Yeah. What up, Gary? And Woolin the Goat said, do I also trade Lamb and Osborne for Mostert and Waddle? My team's 2 and 3 and in need of major depth. But yeah, see, that's the thing though. Like, major depth isn't anything when you trade away a top heavy piece. Like Mostert and Waddle don't even equal. I mean, Waddle could be more than Lamb, but man, I mean, I feel like if anything, Lamb and Waddle are equal. And like Mostert, we're already seeing the decline in him. It wasn't just because of A-Chain either. Like he just, I don't know. The last couple of games, he just didn't look good. Just a random kid. Yeah, it's an 8-teamer. I said team was like my worst team, but I think I'm solid. I got Mahomes, Eckler, Puka, Chase. I mean, I'd still get him. Someone else is going to try to get him. Joe Burrow, that is.
Yeah.
That's an 8-teamer. You just got to keep trying to make trades if you can. But yeah, 8-teamers usually just play themselves out with like no trades. You just got to be on top of the start fits.
And whenever people tell me it's an 8-team league, it better be a badass motherfucking team, bro. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to have a super stacked team.
Yeah.
Everyone is.
Yep. What up, Nick Tab? What up, bro?
What up, Nick?
Joe said I'm playing versus Saquon. I hope he sits. We'll find out today if he's practicing and in what capacity.
Yeah, because, and actually, I would be afraid of Saquon because if he comes back, that means he's healthy, right? But also, it's like, man, people's kind of running on the Bills. Recency bias.
Yeah, Clap Nuts on YouTube said start Terry or Josh Downs. I'm gonna say Terry as of right now, but I really do like Downs this week with the Ginsu.
Yeah, his 2 big games are with Gardner Minshew to Ginsu.
Tino said, I think AR5 play style won't last long in the NFL. What gives you that idea, Tino? I'm just curious. Is it because he's already got it?
I don't see any reason why he would say that. I mean, it's not like he's missing the rest of the year.
It's not like he might miss 8 games already after missing, 1 already?
I mean, Cam Newton survived for a long time. It's not like he had a bunch of season-ending injuries, just a couple.
And Cam Newton, very athletic. You know what they say about Anthony Richardson? Very athletic.
Have you seen him do his dab? Like, you'll hit that dab like out of thin air, bro.
And PJ, so what's your thoughts on DeMarcado with Madison and Sanders as my starters, 0-5 record? I'm thinking blow out the budget just to make a change. Yeah, and then try to figure out, I don't know, you got to sell one of your top heavy pieces for this to try to make some kind of a comeback.
I'm going to go take Sanders or take the kid, a DeMarcado, and then pair him up with something else to see if I go after a bigger fish, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to do something though.
Yeah, because it's probably best. And I did this a lot with Jaleel. Like I just moved a lot of Jaleel, like, just while he's shiny, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, I probably should have kept him, but if I could tear up, I'm gonna do that every time.
Nick Tab says Waddle for Hawkinson in London, a good deal. I have Chase, Diggs, Tank Dale. It's my wide receiver. I mean, who's your?
He's selling. That guy's selling high on Watts. I mean, on
Waddle.
Hopkins and London coming off of big games.
Yes, I mean, well, buying high almost, right? I mean, for this guy, because Waddle, it does seem like.
Well, I still
end,
like Waddle. I still like if I'm doing that deal. I'm the guy sending, like you said, he's selling high. I kind of, or he's buying high. I would want more in return with Waddle, but if that's what you're getting away with and you need receiver depth, I'm not mad at that. I just don't like the Drake London experiment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they're going up against Washington. Could be a good week on this week.
And like DeAndre Hopkins, that could be a case of them just building rapport and it's finally like hitting.
Jared, what up, bro? Shout out to the Who Dat Nation. What up?
Yeah, because when you see DeAndre Hopkins out there, he doesn't look like he's hurt or he doesn't look like he's bad. It's just like, Tannehill looks bad.
Yeah. Fury Style said, I'm offered Kelsey for Laporta Kamara. Y'all take it. Like you be getting Kelsey?
It's really good giving up Kamara there.
Yeah, throw it in the chat. You giving up?
Yeah, he said the dude's offering him, right?
That's what I'm. Yeah.
I mean, of course he's doing it now because Kelsey might, he's in danger of missing the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd probably just because of the Laporta hype, I'd probably get them to like throw something else on the Kelsey side and just even it up.
Be like, bruh, Kelsey's he's got an ankle and he's getting bad box from Swift. You know what I mean? Or from Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
And Joe asked, is the Raiders D a good streaming option? Make sure you go watch our week 6 DST waivers streamers. Going in the chat right now. But yeah, we had them on there as one of the if you dares. Oh, no trade league. PJ said, is DeMarcado any good? I mean, everyone in the NFL is pretty good. I think the Cardinals kind of suck, and I think James Conner was like a volume play. I don't know if DeMarcado is going to be the same volume play. We hope so, though. What up, Happy Trees? Let's smoke it up.
What up, Happy Trees?
And Furious Styles said getting Kelsey. Yeah, so get him to throw an extra piece on that.
I'll be right back.
Because of the Laporta, because of how good he's done. Terrell said traded A-Chain for Kelsey in a standard league. Like you got, assuming you got Kelsey, yeah, good to go because A-Chain's hurt right now. I mean, Kelsey's hurt too, but A-Chain's going to miss like weeks, they said. Buffet Boy Gary said, so who do I start at wide receiver? PPR pick 2 out of Thielen, DK, Garrett Wilson, Amari, Downs, Boyd, Osborne, Dell, Jamison Williams. I'm gonna go Thielen to start. We're going Thielen. Been killing it. And I think I'm gonna go DK with the other one here. Dennis, what up? What up? What's going down, bro? Big BS is asking about Keyshawn Vaughn.
Oh, Keyshawn.
Said Keyshawn Vaughn taking Rashad White's job. I don't know about that. Let's go see what the snaps, what the difference in snaps were last week. Yeah, fuck. Rashad White, it was a 70-30 split. Nah, I don't think Keyshawn's really taking anybody's job. Sam, what up? Say what up, gangsters? I got Debo, Walker, got offered Ayuk, Amari Cooper, and Gibbs. Thoughts? No, I don't like it. Let's give that a big. And big BS. Ayuk, CD, Collins, Godwin. Sit 1, full PPR. Damn. Might sit Nico. It's tough though. It's either Nico or Godwin. Yeah, I guess Ayuk, man. I mean, it's tough. Yeah, this one's tough actually. I have to look at all the name value, but then man, all the matchups are kind of bad. I'm gonna go with my first instinct and sit Collins. Make sure you're coming back though, because it's only Wednesday. It's Matt Merckx. You think I should start DeMarcado over Taylor and Stevenson? I'm not sold on that as of yet on a Wednesday, but that's on Wednesday, so make sure you come back.
My bad. I just when we were all that talk about DeMarcado, I was like, man, let me go pick up Rondell Moore in this spot. I've been eyeing him. Cause like I feel like Rondell Moore is gonna be like the guy, man. Is that crazy? Of course, DeMarcado is gonna get the running back work, but I feel like they're gonna get real scat backy with this receiver, Rondell Moore.
Yeah, Rondell Moore will be in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Every time we think he's gonna be, he's just not.
I mean, I felt that way last week.
Let's see. All right, I'm gonna open up waivers in the vampire leagues here. And see, it sucks because I have to do it manually. It's like I can't even like really get in the mix of the waivers in like the first couple minutes of the wave. Let me see. Maybe I can. And Buffet Boy, how about between Gibson, Charbonnet, Ford, and Pierce pick 2? It'd be Pierce and Gibson. If it's no Watson, man, this is gonna be like really bad for every single Browns player. Let's see. Priceless Pigeon. 2-2 Burks or Downs dropping 2. I drop Burks for sure.
Yeah. It'd probably be kicker. If he has the kicker, I'll drop the kicker and figure something out for a couple days.
Yes, this one kind of sucks. 20-man league, and you need to drop people like Atwell, Burks, or Downs. Like that's.
But why to get down to roster size, or
that's a shitty bench? That's a shitty bench in that league.
And what do you got? Like no bench,
2 bench spots maybe. Like what the hell? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Burks for sure. I don't know about the other
Burks. It'd be 2-2 and Burks for me.
What up, Brad? He said, do you trade Cup and AJ Brown for Waddle? He said, I have JJ as my wide receiver depth's a little scary. So if someone's going to trade you AJ Brown and Cup, and all you have to do is give up Waddle, I think you should have already done that.
Yeah, and then maybe check that guy in for psychiatric evaluation too if you're a good friend. You know what I mean? Make sure you take that trade first though, because you lost Jefferson, right? You know, so
yeah, you gotta do.
Yeah, and then be a good friend. Be like, listen, you're clearly losing it, man.
Yeah, like what?
You know, I mean, look at the trade you just made me. Thank you, by the way.
So confused about that. And
should I do this? Yes, you should.
Nick Tab, what up? He said, what's your most conservative IDP position in your opinion? What do you mean by conservative? Like safest?
You mean wackest?
Yeah.
Conservative means like not trying to be risky at all.
Yeah. I guess linebackers, right? I mean, they are the safest, I guess, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, because really the way I read the question is like, listen, who's the most who's the most pussy? You know what I mean? I don't want those guys in my lineup. I want those savages that are gonna go all out. And honestly, like if in my version of it, the most conservative would probably be the fucking wackest position. That'd be the fucking DNs and DLs. Like it's like, but then I guess I'm looking at it the wrong way though. Because I know what he probably means is who's the safest.
Yeah. And let's see, JJM. When Jeff Wilson comes back, you think he'll be the RB1 over Mostert? I think it's going to be a split, like it always is.
Yeah.
Big BS. How long till A-Chain goes on IR? I'm not sure. I mean, it's whenever Miami does it officially.
17 hours.
X-Killa. He said, how much of a workload do you think Jeff Wilson Jr. will have? I mean, we don't even know if he's coming back this week or not just yet, but
if he plays
45, 55, like it's going to be very close to a split.
8 to 12 touches if he plays.
Yeah, and you look at what A-Chain was getting. He barely got a couple more than that.
But that's the thing, though, is that, like, that's not Jeff Wilson, though, you know? Like,
right. Well, yeah, I'm just saying, though, it's not like anyone is getting, like, a crazy amount of touches out of the backfield.
And, like, sometimes it isn't just as simple as, like, this guy's out, this guy gets all of the work that this guy was getting, right? Because look at what was happening to Waddle. When Waddle was having those couple bad weeks, you know, that string of bad weeks, and plus he had the concussion where he missed the game. But, you know what I mean? A lot of that, you know, spilled over to targets for the running back position, period. You know what I mean? Like, and then A-Chain was, you know, was kind of getting all those shorter A-dot targets. And, you know, then they made a conscious effort to get Waddle back involved last week. I mean, it was the matchup, though, obviously, two, you know, rookie corners for the New York Giants. So they were going to get him. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I think with no A-Chan I think Waddle is just back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was kind of taking away from Waddle for real. You know what I mean? Even though, like, people are like, what are you talking about? He's just receiver. Just watch the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. I'm going to make some pickups over here in these vampire leagues real quick.
It's a good year to be a vampire.
Yeah, for sure. Some of them are doing pretty solid so far.
Yeah, because they're getting some things.
Yeah, this shit sucks. Got Justin Jefferson in, I think, 2 of these ones. Fucking lame.
Move them. Fucking flip them. You just don't want to put in the man hours.
Yeah, neither way. I don't need to flip them.
I would see if I already played the vampire, and then I'd flip into the vampire and take hella shit.
Man, the vampires must be so I mean, they must be so spoiled that they didn't even have to get DeMarcado in 2 of these leagues.
You grab them up or what?
Yeah. Vampire's been winning like shit. Vampire just stole like CMC in one of these leagues. Right now. And Tino said, you guys going to dress up for a Halloween show potentially? And
I've done it every year.
I don't think we did it. I don't know. What did we do?
This is the 3rd year of us doing the show of FNT.
Yeah, but it was 2 years ago that we did the.
What was Playmate? We did it on Playmakers.
Yeah,
I did last year just on Halloween. Well, I mean, I dressed up. I was Stunner S. Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just all about the timing. That's really what it comes down to.
I'm gonna dress up for sure. I just don't know what I'm gonna be yet.
And Camden on Twitch, what up? Thanks for the follow. He said, should I trade ETN and Godwin for Devontae and Miles Sanders? I don't like it. I just don't want to do a wide receiver, running back, wide receiver.
Yeah, and I mean, unless you're really afraid of like this run schedule that ETN's about to go up against, but I'm pretty sure everyone was afraid of the Bills matchup. He tore them a new one, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to come off of ETN like that, right? If I'm coming off of ETN, pause, it's going to be for something stronger than that. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Like, if you were worried about ETN after a game like that, you sell him better than that.
And let's see. Yeah, Brad said, I'm giving up Cup to get A.J. Brown and Waddle. Oh, okay. I think I still like that.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like whatever combo, you're giving up one for like 2 of those. Like, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's do that. Call me in the morning.
And let's see, Buffet Boy. 2 flexes. Only one can be an RB, if at all. Okay, Ford, Charbonnet, Jay Williams, Amari, Osborne, Dell, Downs, Boyd, Garrett Wilson, Jeff Wilson.
So let's just go. Tank Dell's not in there.
I go Garrett Wilson.
Jeff Wilson or Garrett Wilson.
Might go Downs with the other one.
Yeah. Hold on, let me go grab my daughter up real quick. I'll be right back.
Braves fan, Zach Ertz or Logan Thomas? Logan Thomas. Cam said 2 CMCs. I mean, still don't like it. I'm always going to say no to wide receiver running back for wide receiver running back. Like, that's just something you'll get. It's too even. It's like just making a trade just to make a trade. It's Matt Merck said, so my sister's league, she lost JJ, and I picked up KJ. Should I trade JJ or hold off? She has Adams, McLaurin. So I guess I'm confused. Like, what do you mean? Should you trade? Like, should you trade her? Like, try to get JJ from her? I mean, you should always be trying to get JJ. It just depends on what you have to pay. If that's what you're asking, yeah, do it. Nino said 10-man league flex, Mike Evans or Brees. It'd be Mike Evans for me, but we don't even know if he's really going to be playing or not yet. So, just make sure you're coming back. Let's see, Justice Hill. Hold on 1 second. Uh-oh. Bogey back? Looks like he's in the Matrix, though. Yeah, he is in the Matrix. And Justice Hill, would you trade Kyren for DK? I just lost JJ. I have Swift, Brees, Montgomery, JT. I probably would. What up, Young Star? He said, morning, boys. Opinion, pick up the new Arizona RB or Tajee Spears. The Arizona RB is what I would do. Yeah, I said to put with Saquon, get it. Nino said I traded Ertz, Gibbs, Pittman for Amon Ra. Was that a bit of an overpay? Yeah, it was. But, I mean, Gibbs and Ertz, kind of just throw-ins along with Pittman. So, yeah. Happy Tree said AZ backfield going to be a committee when Ingram comes back. Yeah, it's going to be all bad. It's going to be all bad over there. He said they just claimed Tony Jones off waivers. Secure if you guys think it'll be muddy with that. It's going to be muddy for sure. Like, I wouldn't even want to start any of these guys. It's really just you hope they have one good game and you try to move off of them if possible. Sam said Jacobs, Kyren, Mostert, Walker, sit one. Who's Kyren play? Kyren plays the Cardinals. This one's kind of tough. I guess I'll sit Mostert as of I don't know. Actually, Panthers have been giving up the booty to the running back, huh?
Okay, hold on. Check this out. Call Minnesota Dennis. Oh, why, bitch?
Actually, never mind. Can't sit Mostert versus Carolina.
Call Minnesota Dennis.
Calling Minnesota Dennis.
All right, check this out.
All right, let's hear it. I might sit Kyrie. Man, I don't know.
What up? What up?
Happy birthday, my good brother.
I appreciate it.
You're on live right now with the crew. Yeah, I was like, I looked at the date. I was like, oh shit, let me call my man's one time, man. How the endeavors go last night? Oh man, we got fucked up. Yeah. Oh, okay. You got the classic list for us? The classic list. Yeah, the fucked up, the get fucked up list. Was it two shots of Jaeger, bong rip? What was on the docket? We were smoking hella weed. My boy still had some mushroom chocolate bar left, so we just dabbled in that a little bit. Okay. I had like three little squares of mushroom chocolates. We drank hella beer, smoked hella weed. Yeah, I wasn't doing too many shots, man. Not too many shots. You're getting old, man. Getting old, bro. 44. Hey, man. You know what, man? It's a wonderful time to be alive, brother. Happy birthday. It is. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. Well, shit, I'm going to jump back on this joint. All right, man. Peace. Gotta love Dennis, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah. You the man, Dennis. Happy birthday, brother. Let's do a dab for Dennis.
Yeah, let's get high for Dennis.
And it's Matt Merck said, no, I run her team 4 and she lost JJ. Should I move him and get her more production or hold off? I mean, those other guys that you said, I'm not in a rush to move JJ. I would just hold off as of now.
If I'm moving JJ, you better give me a firstborn or rights to one.
That's what I'm saying. And for me, I want to make sure that everyone just puts up that wall right now. Like, I'm not trading JJ unless like my season is like damn near over, like right now.
I had to talk to a guy off a ledge yesterday. I'm not gonna say who, but he's like, I'm willing to do it for a receiver and maybe a couple good IDP. I said, no. See, you ain't seen the Zohan, man. Damn it. No.
I haven't seen it.
You got
Devonta Smith or Zay Flowers.
Devontae Smith.
I'll go Zay. Maybe this is gonna be a big Goddard game again. I mean, why wouldn't you go in and game plan to use the tight end more than?
I guess you're right.
We're going to be covered by sauce.
I forgot they're playing the Jets. That's kind of bad, and it might not be a competitive game. And then, oh shit, then there's Zay Flowers against the Tennessee secondary, and like I know the last couple weeks they kind of tightened it up, pun intended. Ew, look at me. But look at young Zay. It correlates with him getting back into our good graces, right?
Is the game.
I was one of the only ones that had Zay as a start in a lot of our questions last week, but it was the matchup and like it paid dividends. So
yeah, he was all right last week.
I mean, well, here's the thing: he ain't been doing shit. He ain't been doing shit, so he definitely paid off if he started him. Because motherfuckers that was starting him before, but zilch.
And let's see, Xkilla. Who should I start this week at the flex? Waddle, Olave, or Addison? Yeah, it's tough to sit Waddle.
And like if because here's the thing, man, that I like the idea of Addison like coming off of 9 targets and he's gonna get all this, now he's gonna get all this target market share, we assume, but like
versus the Bears,
right?
It is in Chicago. I don't know how the wind's gonna be over there, but I mean, we're starting to get into that time where the weather is gonna start getting ugly in some of these areas.
I can call someone in Chicago right now. I'll call someone. I got like 8 different people I can call in Chicago right now. It
was so windy in Vegas last night that the wind woke me up. Like I can only imagine how windy it would be in a place like Chicago.
Ooh, was it that horror movie Spooky Wind?
It was just hella loud. It seemed like it was smacking off the walls.
That shit is different out here too, because like I'll be in the garage all day getting loaded. And then, like, we got the garage is hella huge, and that wind just be like making that shit breathe. And I'm in here shrooming and shit. I'm like, is that the shrooms or Mother Nature? The irony is it was the shrooms and Mother Nature.
Furious Stouts says you think Field stayed term from here on out.
Yeah.
They got the Vikings this week.
Yep.
They got the Raiders.
Yep.
Then they got the Chargers.
Yep. What?
They're gonna hit a wall with the Saints, assuming.
I don't know. Jordan Love kind of did his thing on them. I'm just saying, Jordan Love's really whack. If Jordan Love can do it, Fields he can. You just start him the rest of the way now. I'm okay with it.
And
he's
say
starting
Jordan
to rush.
Love
He's
did
starting
it.
to run now too. He just put it like 57 yards rushing, bro. Let's go.
I mean, you say Jordan Love did it. He was 259, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. They won the game, but they didn't even score 20 points. It was a real shitty game for all the wide receivers except Dub.
How shitty is Jordan Love?
I'm just saying. I think that I think there's a lot of people who I don't know think the Saints aren't a good defense, and they're one of the better defenses this year.
It's the competition they played against.
I guess we'll see this week. They got the Saints.
They got the Texans.
Saints got the Texans.
I do that all the time.
JJM, would you drop any of these guys from the bench for Roshan, Foreman, DeMarcata, or hold on to him? Gibbs, Madison, Javante, Kirk, Garrett Wilson, Jerome Ford, Tank Dell.
Fuck, man.
I guess depending on how, like,
you're starting running backs, maybe. Because how bad do you need to get those running backs? I'd probably try to swoop them all, but it's like, man, and because you have Madison, but it's almost like I don't even know how to feel about Madison with like Akers in the mix. And
this is an 8 or 10 man league. I'm okay dropping Tank Dell because he's probably not going to play this week,
and he has to buy the next week.
So even if someone picks him up this week, they might just drop him next week anyways for the bye,
and it would be
got a shot to get him back.
It'd be Ford and thing for me, or and you know Ford. I would even drop Ford and Madison if I felt like it. But it'd be like, yeah, it'd be one of the running backs between Ford and Madison to go along with Tank Dell if you wanted to go.
I'm just, it's got to be a shallow league if like you even putting Garrett Wilson like in the mix on this. It's got to be somewhat of a shallow league.
Are you the only one in this league?
Sir Royal Python, what up? Said I got a trade offer.
That sounds oddly sexual.
He wants Ken Walker for JT and Lockett or Cooper. Hell no. You're keeping Walker.
You tell him not even close.
Axel, what up, Axel Cushin?
What up, Axel?
Damn. Tino said, damn, now I'm going to have to let him win in the Wafers League this week because it's 5-0 versus 5-0. Tino and Dennis squaring off.
See, you know what's crazy? My birthday twin to tell you. Why do we always got to play the fools on their birthday week when they got the birthday luck? Okay, I was the best man at my man's wedding, and we're vying for a playoff spot, and I'm playing him. I'm like, why am I playing you on your wedding week, bruh? And you know what I mean? He wins. He got all this wedding luck. Like, great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in the playoffs that year. Still did. You know what I mean? But it was rough. You know what I mean? I had to go up against wedding luck. I was there. Matter of fact, in 2019 November, Halloween week, bruh, we're in Hawaii for Candlestick's wedding, and I'm playing Candlestick. Whoops me up.
Just got the update that the Dolphins are going to put A-Chain on the IR.
Are you jazzing?
No. And they and their bye week is week 10. So
it's funny because my man Hinnock, right? My man Hinnock, he's hella funny. First of all, just to paint the picture, right? To me, in the Batman animated series, the character Mr. Freeze, he looks exactly like him to me, only blacks. You know, he's a black Mr. Freeze, and his name's Hinnock. He's clearly of African descent, right? And like he told me he did 23andMe, and he's like, you know, I just wanted to see, and yeah, you know what? It came back. I'm 100% African. I'm like, duh. I'm like, you're a first generation born American. Your parents came from there, bro. What do you expect? And then like, and then it's funny because like he can. I keep, you know, I make jokes. I'm like, hey, so how do you pronounce? Is it Ichan? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how does the Africans pronounce it? And it's like every time he refers to him, he always fucks his name up. You know, man, fucking, I'm just like, fuck, are they really going to put Akon on the IR? I'm like, who? It's like fucking the guy, Devin Akon.
Yep. And so
and he did it to him. He's locked up now.
I feel like on any, you know, just go move him. I mean, that people aren't thinking about just because they might only think it's 4 weeks, but then they got the bye week. So man, like he's not going to be usable for at least 6 weeks now.
Yep, because you're missing this week too. Yeah, my name is a Yef.
I'm not trading him in Dynasty though. I'm not trading I'm throwing him in the IR and just leaving him there.
You know what he very well could be?
No.
The real life, get this, right? The real life Speedy Gonzalez, bro.
Yeah.
This motherfucker is that small and that fast. He's the real life Speedy Gonzalez, bro. And he ran. So sometimes that's why I think I'm so amazed by Tyreek Hill, because like, you know, like they call him the cheetah, not just because he's the fastest, but because like cheetahs, their anatomy, the way it's built, bro, it's like they're twitch fibers. They have them like all over their body. You know what I mean? We only have it like in so many places in our body. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, and I feel like Tyreek Hill is like an actual cheetah.
Yeah.
And like Waddle's like he's an actual penguin.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Camden, with this team, I wouldn't really be forcing any moves. Nick Tab, Josh Palmer, or Quentin Johnson rest of the season. I don't know. You gotta get both of them until we gotta see how it's
That's a better question. Josh Palmer or Quentin Johnston rest of life. Okay. Who has the better family? Who has the better grandchildren? Who drives the better cars? Whose grandchildren drives better cars?
Darren said, who's better, Pacheco or Jacobs? I could put one of them in a trade. I need a wideout.
I mean,
I haven't even looked at. I haven't really looked at schedules.
I might, to be honest, you get a bigger fish moving Jacobs, and I'm okay playing Pacheco with this next like hella week schedule. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we got a trade deadline coming up here. I'm pretty sure all your league deadlines, what, week 10, 11-ish.
Okay, here, you look at this. You ready for this? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So Jonathan Taylor, he's expected to get ramped up in practice this week. They expect him to get about 10 more snaps in this Sunday's game. That's it. 10 more snaps. Let's go.
What did he do? Oh, we need that drop from Wedding Singer.
Jonathan
Taylor's getting 10 more snaps.
He played 10 snaps this past week, so I expect him to get 20 snaps. That'd put him around 30-ish% of the work.
Let's overreact to this. How many touches did he get with those 10 snaps he played last week?
Let's see. He got 6.
Okay. So he's
seven.
a fringe
Seven.
flex if he gets 12.
He got 7.
7. Okay.
7.
Give me 14 touches.
It's ugly.
Oh, man.
Michael Charnisky, how you feeling about starting Osborne this week? The matchup's amazing, but
that sounds exclusive, huh? Charnisky. Yeah, I'm here. I'm on the guest list. Charnisky.
I'm weary.
Right this way, sir.
I am weary.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest at all. To answer the question.
All right. And Tina said my dream house would be 50% house, 50% garage.
It's funny because like in the last place that I had, and I was there for fucking damn near 8 years for real. It's kind of crazy when I think about it. But that last place, it had the tandem garage. It was like a literal like 55 feet for real. You know what I mean? You're getting a little slow on the draw there, my friend.
No, I was answering that question.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, normally he would like, oh, hit it with the leg. He was like, he would have elbowed that motherfucker. 55.
Brady said got offered a 2024 mid first for A-Chain. Should I accept? I wouldn't.
If this guy's a contender, I want like 3 starters. Fuck him. Like, let me hurt you while you get A-Chain. Diabolical. It's Dynasty.
Let's see. Tino said, "Don't forget, team. We're halfway through the fantasy season, fantasy regular season almost."
Yeah, that's week 7. We're not there yet. Just hold on.
Yeah.
Take it week by week.
And what up, M. Dave said 420 Gods. Pick 2 out of Hopkins, Higgins, Gabe, and Nico. Going Gabe for sure. I'm going Gabe and Hopkins as of right now.
Nico is playing the motherfucking. Who's the Texans playing?
I got the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints. I'm with you. I like Nico too, though. I'm not scared of no fucking Lattimore. Only Mike Evans is. Lattimore's actually been fairly well this year. I mean, and then there's going to be a nice little battle between Marlon Humphreys, ramping back into football shape against Hopkins, who's like seemingly getting rapport with Ryan Tanny, right? In American soil. Now they're going over there. Where is this game, bro? Let's figure this out. It's not in London. Is it the Germany game? They're eating Franks. If Snoop Dogg goes to Germany, is he Snoop Frank?
I don't know. I'm dealing with these stupid vampire leagues right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, I'm making sure, like, just, for the audio listeners and even those that's watching, we never keep no dead time. Plus, that's just how I am anyway. I'm thinking out loud here. You know what I mean? I think if I ever got rich and famous in the rap game and I finally made my tour and landed and did a show in Germany, right? I changed my name to something Dog so I could be like something Frank. Because it's got to be, right? That's what they call them there. Franks. I feel like Franks is a currency somewhere as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Frank. So it's a double entendre. In America, they call me Big Dog, Big Money, Big Bag Bogey. Then but over there, Big Franks. What's the highest denomination over there? The 100?
Frank's Germany, right?
Yep. See?
Axel said, "Who should I try to get with Burke Buzzins?" And he said,
"Hey, shout out to Blood. Bees up."
He said, "Pittman. Who should I try to get with Burke Buzzins, Pittman, and Josh Jacobs?"
And for the record, there, it could have been still Kirk Buzzins, right? Because he just changed the C's. You know what I mean?
Yeah. K's too close.
You're right.
I don't know who you can get with them. I mean, you can get a whole lot of people with them, and you got to find people who need. For Buzzins, you got to find someone who needs a QB. For Pittman, you got to find someone who needs a wide receiver.
Hey, they're hella confused on his birthday. He's like, "Yo, bake the bake." Like, what? I said bake the bake. You bake that bake yet? He's married to a Crip. She's just they just never understand each other. It's like the hood It's like the hood West Side Story. I guess West Side Story was from the hood though.
Yeah.
Where did that take place? New York, Spanish Harlem, Carluta. People don't know I'm cultured up. They didn't know I do some Broadways.
X Killer said Lamar or CJ Stroud. Probably just
Marvelous.
Yeah.
The upside. CJ Stroud has a nice little floor there. Who they playing against? Saints? I don't know. I don't like it.
And Stranger said, "I'm back from the vet. Happy to see you guys are still on. Let's smoke it up, bro. What are you smoking?"
Yeah, how the kitties, man?
And Stranger said, "I'm doubtful Higgins even plays before the bye." And when is the bye? Is it next week?
That would be cause to not put him on the IR if they thought like, okay, he'd be back in 4 weeks. You know what I mean? Because if that was the case, they would have been put him on the IR. I mean, he has fucking fractured ribs. God fucking damn it. You know what I mean? Why the fuck they didn't put him on the IR from the jump? But
Yeah,
you got to get paid. You know what I mean? It's a contract year for him, and they already, that was kind of part of the early off, the right before the season news was like they talked with him, said, "Hey, listen, we're not finna pay you."
And Darren said, "My dream house needs a hidden game room." That was just like where we were at. Totally had a hidden like game room.
Yep, there's a fucking mirror on the wall. And you just whoop, and it was a staircase. That shit was lit. I don't know. I guess like my dream. I was always modest with my dream house shit because my dream house was just the one I could fucking own and not pay a fucking rent to somebody else and shit. And also I guess the prerequisite was definitely like man cave / garage and like a room for every one of these goddamn kids I have. 4 of them.
Axel said pick 3 out of Pittman,
Hey,
Higgins.
the 2 little ones still sleep in my bed. I slept in my son's bed last night. This motherfucker's comfortable. I'm like, he's tripping. Over here sleeping in my fucking Cali King. God damn it.
Pick
How's
3.
it a Cali King and his little motherfuckers take up all the room because they find a way to like sleep diagonal, like different geometries and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where I can't even like, and I gotta stretch my legs out when I sleep. So I'm over here, I gotta like do one of these and shit. And I'm like one leg out, like I'm posing on a magazine or something. Fuck that shit. Like I'm doing a fucking aerobics or fucking goddamn yoga or some shit. I'm like, bro, it's the Cali King.
Let's see. Axel said pick 3 out of Pittman, Higgins, DJ Moore, Rashad White, Osborne, Nico, Palmer, and Hawkinson. Pittman.
He's flexing Hawkinson.
DJ Moore. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, playing DJ Moore. Can't get off the DJ Moore play. He's on 3 games to make him on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Probably playing Hawkinson.
Yeah, I like the Hawkinson play. I think he's the one that really gets the uptick. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, everyone's going to get a little uptick. I mean, what's the target market share that's vacated? 30%? You know what I mean? You know, and I think like a smooth 7 to 10% that goes to our man Hawkinson against that matchup where Logan Thomas just ran all the way through the birth canal. Right? He done tore him up last week, right?
Yeah.
I know people ain't forgot. That was just last Thursday.
And Liam said, should I trade JJ for Olave? Nah. I want more than that. If I'm gonna
I want like 2 more pieces. Or at least one other big dog. Give me a 2-for-1 if I expect, because I can entertain that if I'm a 1-4 Jefferson team or I'm a 0-5 Jefferson team. It's looking dreadful. You really gotta think about like, okay, I gotta manufacture some wins here. So I need like, 2 viable pieces and maybe a bench even. Like give me a 3-for-1. Because whatever you have on your bench is probably not helping you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be thinking about shopping. Record is gonna. I think is this that type of year where this early we got to start telling people or suggesting people put their record in it too with their questions? You know what I mean? Their trade questions at least, because it adds more context immediately. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab something real quick.
All right. My bad, guys. Just dealing with these stupid fucking vampire leagues that I do not want to deal with anymore. And it will be the last year of the vampire leagues. I'm done with them. Yeah, it's so fucking annoying.
Got some wicked cottonmouth. All right, getting down to brass tacks. So, what's so finicky about the Wednesday things that you have to do? Like, but explain to me. So you have to like manually do every pick.
Yeah, no, not manually every pick. It's going in and changing the unlocking. Like I have to.
Oh, and then change
the league moves to be one move maximum per week, and then I have to unlock every single team to be able to like go in there and do. And so in the chat, I said 10 a.m. And then someone called me out. They were like, "Hey, the bylaws says 8 a.m." And I was like, "Oh, now I know why I put 8 a.m. because that's when we're live." And I guess that wasn't in the regular chat, but everyone got the bylaws. And yeah, it was my fault that I messed up on the time that I said. Yeah. That's why I send the bylaws. Like it's fucking in there, so I don't have to remember. It is what it is.
You gotta be careful, man. In the vampire leagues, man, everyone's armed with stakes, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just ready to come at you with a stake. You know what I mean? Are you the vampire? You the only one without a stake, huh?
Yeah, and the one thing that sucks about the vampire, it's like there's like maybe like 2 people out of all 4 leagues that are in like the actual 420 community. So like, I don't know. It's more me just going along with the style that I thought was cool to like bring new people in, but none of them joined the crew anyways. So it's like, I don't know. The reason why I deal with a lot of bullshit is if people join in the crew, that's almost like paying a commissioner fee. But like, I don't know, when there's no benefit of it, and then I am just doing all the work. I'm like,
but it's not even. You know what it is though? It's what it is at the end of the day, it's offering something that people are seeking. You know what I mean? You know, because not everyone, like, you know, this is something I ain't never heard of, and I would never be able to convince any of my DGens to do some crazy vampire league, right? But then, like, you know what I'm saying, when you have a place, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, hey, come on in. We got vampire leagues, we got some forced trade leagues, you know what I'm saying? We got dynasty. It's like the titty twister, but for fantasy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was what the joint was called, right? Dust to Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on this vampire hype right now.
Yeah, and either way, like now there's just like one person crying, and it's like even one dude was like, "Dude, who gives a fuck? Just make your one transaction." Like, there's been like 2 moves made. Like, it's been like 2 moves made in these leagues, and these guys.
I'm that guy. I'm waiting in line to get my. I got my tray. I want to get my food, man. Come on, just get your fucking get your scoop of slop and move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Cafeteria food. So would the vampire snatch up? He's snatching the vampire slipping. Oh, he had to grab something because no one can make a move till he makes one, right?
Well, no, see, that's the thing. I mean, the vampires, they get all the way until Wednesday when this opens up. Like
slipping.
Like, I don't know if there's people, you know, it's on them.
The vampire's supposed to be up at night, B.
Yeah, they had multiple days because
call himself a vampire.
Waivers are open for the vampire as of. It closes for everyone else on Sunday. Opens up for the vampire. They can pick people while games are happening.
Oh, that's hard. They can do that? That's hard. I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah.
That's hard. Okay, 1 year. This is back in 2016. I was in the homies league, and like, he was like, yeah, I want to do it like my work league. And he said, you know, on Yahoo, you copy the settings. And then they had it where the waivers were open all the time. And I was like, what the fuck? And what was crazy is I found a loophole, bruh. Because I always find loopholes, bruh. And then like Yahoo, they got on this. Same thing with before. Remember, you used to be able to same day cut. Like you just hold for like a couple hours. Then you drop, and then they're on the waivers. You know what I mean? So Yahoo, by the time we got to 2017, they stopped allowing people to do that. Or 2018, they stopped allowing people to. So if you same day drop, they're still a free agent. You know what I mean? You literally, if you wanted to do that to block someone, you'd have to like pick someone up at 11:59 and then right over midnight, then 12:01 drop them, and then they'd be on for 2 days. You know what I mean? But like, cause I used to do that shit all the time. Like, well, my opponent needs this such and such. So I just be picking up foods, hold him a little bit, drop him. If this guy's he's not on his shit, I'm just gonna block all the good options that I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, in this league, so the waivers were open, and like if you had anyone that played, right? Anyone that played, you could drop them and pick up another person. That person will go to your bench. That player will stay in your lineup, and then it'll make the drop after the fact. You know what I mean? After the Monday night. You know what I mean? Or that midnight Monday. And it's like, you know what I mean? People are like, how the fuck? What the fuck? You know, people didn't notice it because they're just making pickups willy nilly anyway. But I'm over here dropping my kicker every time. You know what I mean? Like the kicker I'm using. But you know, obviously the game had to have started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like a fucking ill loophole, bruh. And once fools start picking up on them, I let them know, and then they're in on it. Like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
And Dennis said he wants to go to the liquor store, but what should he get?
Oh, hit him with what?
With alcohol.
What?
More specifically, vodka.
What?
Beer. Tequila. More beer. More vodka. More whiskey.
And more beer.
Did you write that down, Dennis?
And Sir Royal Python's Godwin or Hollywood Bram this week? I'm on the Godwin side.
Yeah, but I think Hollywood's a ill flex.
Let's see. And Camden, would you give up CMC, ETN, or Mostert for Devontae Adams and an extra? I mean, it's definitely not going to be CMC. I don't know. I don't even know if I do want to give up ETN and Mostert for Adams. Or Adams and an extra, maybe. So maybe just one person. I don't know. I guess Mostert, if anything, sell off of the hype that A-Chain's not going to be there anymore. And Strangers at Bogey, the kittens are fine. I just don't want more kittens.
It's crazy because like when the girls started getting older, and then it's like, oh, we should get him a pet, and then like we did the bunny thing, but it ended up being my bunny. To make a long story longer, and then I ended up having to find another family to adopt it. Or you know what I'm saying, on a Christmas, actually in the middle of a fantasy championship, because at that point that rabbit actually became my good luck charm, and I had to give it away, and I lost that championship. Anyways, then they want to get a dog now that we got a house. I'm like, great, so it'll be my dog. And I'm walking that son of a bitch. If it's a boy dog, right? Because that's only being analytically correct. I would actually name the dog son of a bitch. There it is. That's my prerequisite. You want to get a dog? It's gonna be a boy. Name him son bitch. Get out there, son bitch. You start slapping your leg, son bitch. Comes running.
And let's see, Alex Mills, what up? 2QB League, would you trade Herbert for CMC? I would still have CJ Stroud and Trevor.
I'm already dreading. I'll be the one picking up the shit.
Yeah. If it's just regular, like the 25 yards or 25 yards per 1 point, I might consider doing that. Helps you get top heavy at RB. But sucks trading Herbert after the bye week also. Like,
yeah.
Should have traded him last week so you didn't lose out on the week of him being on the bench.
Yep.
Let's see. Yep, Niner. Yep, we said that. A-Chain on the IR. JJM. Higgins only has fractured ribs. Just put some duct tape on it and send him back in there. I know, right? Wrap up a phone book on him.
Phone books on him.
Throw him out there.
Throw a couple toothbrush shanks in him. You know what I mean? He'd be good to go.
Yeah, Niner said week 11 return possibly. It was good just a week ago. Yep. Oh man, did you see the and you probably didn't, but for anybody who may follow like the counselor somewhere, see his bullshit. I can't believe he was going crazy on Jefferson getting hurt. And it was funny because like the counselor he told everyone pretty much don't make a first round pick just because every first round pick is going to get hurt. He's like, don't take JJ, don't take CMC, don't take Tyreek Hill. It was like, don't take everybody who's pretty much available in the first round.
Well, he was the guy that was like, you know, like after David Johnson came off of a season-ending injury, mind you, in 2017, right? The first week of 2017, David Johnson dies on us, right? Dislocated wrist, which has nothing to do with the lower extremities or none of that. So you can make a case there, right? But the next year, he's like, David Johnson, first overall. And you know what's crazy is, like, for those that don't know, Spencer the Guru was actually like, when the counselor was like just out of nowhere exploded, he was like trying to mentor Spencer the Guru and taking him around to like fantasy football conventions and shit. But Spencer was already sharp. You know what I mean? He was like, man, he picked it up real quick. This guy was just a hack. You know what I mean? And he's like, he's just to the point, like, he's like, that's what is that? Just you celebrating injuries, even just that alone is like,
he's just,
and what is he, like 50 in the face?
He's just like a troll account, is what
it's like 60 in the face.
He really is just like a troll account. It's funny. And let me see.
I saw a video one time. He was in the shower, like he was just like, it was just like a door, and then it slides open. He's like in the shower with a shower cap on, and he's like, it's just like his like neck up. And he's like, oh, he's like yelling some fucking David Montgomery in the first round. It was like 2019 or something like that. David Montgomery in the first round. But who was the other guy? In 2018, the year before that, he was like Royce Freeman, first round draft pick. I never thought he was like serious. I didn't know he was like really means the shit. Because like it was
one of those things that he's like the Donald Trump of like a fantasy football. Like, I don't know if he believes it or not. He says it with so much conviction. Maybe he does. I think he also just says shit to like rile people.
I wonder how many takes he did. Because even I got someone sent that to me. I was like, the fuck? No, this is a new low. Oh, Spencer. He's like, this is a new low from the counselor.
And seeing that's all it is, right? I mean, like, I haven't talked about him in weeks, but like, yeah, someone like JJ gets hurt and he starts acting like a big douche. And, you know,
I don't know. He's just not any good. Like at entertaining either. Like you said, you nailed it. I never thought of it. He's just a troll account that actually had people like working for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Didn't he have like a network or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was getting like, even in the beginning, bro, like when he started popping up on everybody's podcast, when I still used to fuck with other people's podcasts, like back in like 2018, because it was Candlestick the first time. He's like, you ever seen this counselor fool? And he started showing me this shit. It was just hella funny, bro. I was like, this guy is crazy. Like, he's hilarious. And it used to blow my mind, like, whoa. There is, you know, there's all walks of life in that space at that point. Because, you know, it'd only been like 4 or 5 years of like fantasy podcasts that I was aware of. You know what I mean? I mean, I came across the footballers in 2014. That was their first year. You would have never thought to, because this shit was already hella legit looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice space. Fucking, but they were using like whatever video game company they worked for, because they had like a studio space and all the shit. That shit goes crazy though. This fool celebrating Jefferson. It was like, apologize. Oh, you fantasy analysts, you apologize. It could have been any of those names. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. That guy definitely has to buy a woman's company.
And X Killer said, y'all think the Cowboys defense bounces back against the Chargers? I mean, it's almost impossible not to bounce back from how low they dropped. But
Kellen Moore, let me scare him a little bit. Kellen Moore, former offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? From the Cowboys now there with Justin Herbert, they're slinging it. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like how the 2020 Cowboys were looking when Dak was pacing for like 6,000 yards. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then Dak died and they destroyed him. It was the Giants that did it too, of all people. Really hurt. And then now you got Kellen Moore. They send him off, and here they are coming off a bye week. And he knows that defense. He didn't practice against that defense every week, every day for years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just saying.
And
they can bounce back. Because on the flip side, they might know Kellen Moore's offense like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Hollywood said, damn, no more vampire leagues. Nah, because you know what? Everyone's got to boss up to the Debo leagues, man, and do these forced trade leagues, man. Like the vampire leagues are just like the, you know, kind of like, I don't know, like a little mini version of the Debo leagues.
It's just because in the vampire ones, I mean, even if you went over to sleeper, you got to work on the honor system here. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, see, and that's why it's just, I don't know, like, unless I could figure out a different way that this works to where, like, it's not bullshit to be the vampire, because that's what it really comes down to at the end of the day, is, like, if everyone's just getting an equal amount of waivers, like, every week or something, or, like, everyone has to wait for the vampire, like, anything like that just doesn't happen. People just, we were too many leagues. We just, you know, we make moves. I even did that last year where I did a move too early and then lost AJ Brown because of it. It was stupid. One guy was just paying attention super hard in that league, and anyone who made a mistake, he just called them out on it, and he got to pick their best player.
He was like the junior varsity vampire. He's like, listen, I ain't the vampire, but I'm a rat. He's a rat. That's what he was. He's a fucking snitch. He's like, fuck that. I'm telling. He saw you. Ooh, I know what you did. I want AJ Brown. That's the Titans AJ Brown?
Yep. Yeah. No, it was last year.
Oh, word.
Yeah. And let's see. And Stranger. So he had his breakfast bowl of sour banana sherbet. Let's go.
Nice.
Baby Tibbs on Twitch.
Hey, you could tell he's hella Sagittarius because, like, that's not the first time he's referenced that strain. And, like, I'll always go back to the well on something I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's always fucking with that the banana strawberry sherbet jump off.
Baby Tibbs, should I trade Kamara or Ken Walker for Mike Evans and Ramondre? If I was going to do it, I would do it with Kamara, but I don't even know if I want to do that. Like, when's Evans coming back?
Yeah, and Stevenson's like, oh, he's sending Stevenson.
No.
Nah, see, I don't even want to bring back Stevenson. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, now I see. Okay, so you're talking about Stevenson.
I just got word on Nick Bolton that he's been cleared to return and is expected to play on Thursday.
Yeah.
So now you got to downgrade Drew Tranquill. Unless he's earned his spot over Willie Gay. But either way, I'd sit him out of the not knowing. But yeah, I don't want to do that. And Dennis said, sick reference, Bogey. It was like 15 minutes ago, so I can't remember what reference you did.
I don't know. I'm always just pulling them out.
Let's see.
I wonder if it was
Hollywood. He said, yeah, that dude was a douche. Stole CMC from me because I made a move too early and cried about it. That was just one of the rules that was in there. And I fell victim to that rule myself, and I created the rule, you know, and it's when you play in so many leagues, it's just really tough to, like, you know, tough to forget. This one's just a little bit different. Tino said, how about them Cowboys? We back, baby.
I love Tino. That's my man's for real, though.
And JJM said, yeah, I know it's funny. I'm truly happy I lost the first week of the season. It allowed me to pick up Puka. Yeah, if you have the waivers where it's just like weekly waivers.
Reverse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but
you know why I'm a fan of, like, well, listen, I'm a fan of it all. You just because they all have their pros and cons, right?
It's got to know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, that's where I fucked up. I should have checked in the Green Bowl because then I wouldn't have made a move. Because then those ones were when you could sit on your, you know, the rolling, when you could sit on it, you don't make any move. You know what I mean? After the draft, the moment, you know, I done made like 30 moves, man.
Well, it's only when you use the waiver, though, that it affects the waiver, not every move.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm picking while everyone's making moves and driving. Oh, he dropped such and such. You know what I mean? I'm putting a claim on him. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
There was even a time I dropped the player, put a claim on him. Fuck, I shouldn't have dropped him, but I gotta get him back.
Yeah,
That's what's cool about Sleeper though.
The stranger said, Bogey, the sour banana sherbet was so yummy that I went back to the dispensary every day and bought the limit until they were out.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for me, like anytime I find someone that got some Durban or like a dispensary that has Durban, like anything, like whether it's like a rosin card or a fucking or some flour, I'm just getting it all, bro. I swear, like I can like figure formulas out on that shit, like figure out like calculations of space and time and shit.
Charter said, do I play Kirk Cousins or Justin Herbert? Man,
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, Monday night. I'm just gonna do it, but
Kirk Cousins without Jefferson, like he's still Kirk Cousins, but at the same time, it's just like, listen, I'm not scared of them Cowboys like that, bro. Look at who they played. Look at who they played for everyone to think they were the biggest, baddest. You know what I'm saying? It's wolf in sheep's clothing, bro. It's not. It's sheep.
And shout out to Grenanja. What up? Welcome. Please don't spam the chat because we're not just streaming on Twitch. YouTube is way more comments on YouTube. So sometimes you gotta wait. Well, not sometimes. You always at least a few minutes. So like just sit back and chill. And we are gonna answer your question now. But yeah, don't spam the chat. And he said, need your opinion. Who do I start this week? Sutton seems like a good choice, but I'm hesitant because they're playing the Chiefs. Or do I go with Shaheed or Boyd? I'm going.
I'm not really afraid of the Chiefs secondary like that. It's just really like it's like are these any? I mean, he not playing Sauce Gardner, you know.
And they did say that L'Jarius needs progressing and he's expected to play, but him being banged up isn't a bad thing, you know, for any of the Denver receivers.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what's been sucky about starting players against the Chiefs is that it's like the Chiefs defense has been like fairly good because they have to be because the offense on the other side for the Chiefs ain't really running it up like we're used to, where the opposing offenses have to just be forced to go take it to the air and get one dimensional. You know what I mean? Because they're playing from behind, and because then I would be like, I'm playing Sutton here. You know what I mean? And I am playing Sutton though. So I guess I don't know why I said all that.
There's only 3 teams in the AFC that have given up less points than the Chiefs.
2 receivers? That's a nice stat. I like that.
And let's see, any of those teams. One of those teams had a bye as well. Yeah, and one of those 3 teams had a bye. And the Bills are also tied with them at 80 points, but yeah, that's what's crazy. I mean, Chiefs at the bottom of the AFC as far as giving up points right now. I mean, their offense is that's what's crazy is like their offense is close to the top. There's only 2 teams that have scored more points in the AFC than the Chiefs. And that's the Dolphins and the Bills. Dolphins have given up a shitload of points, though. Dolphins have given up the second most. Let me see. Yeah, Dolphins have given up the second most points in the AFC. Crazy.
Well, I mean, shit.
50. Guess who's given up the most points in the AFC?
The Broncos.
They've given up as much points as the Dolphins have scored.
I was just like, hold my beer, bro. And like, no.
We're gonna do the opposite of you, Miami. Okay.
Take my beer, bro.
And they haven't scored as and the Broncos have not scored as many points as the Dolphins have given up. And so Rico, 2 and 3, he says, would you trade away Jefferson for Puka and Metcalf?
Yep. I'm doing it. You don't want to know why? Because I would do it and not regret it until like 4 weeks later when Jefferson comes back and it's still Cousins there and everything is just the same and there's no – because, for the sake of the argument, I mean, okay, I thought about this. Are you ready for this? All these fucking rumors are annoying because I don't believe in it. But if there was any validity to any rumor, Kirk Cousins trade rumor, it would have to be a system that he's familiar with, or at least a system that's from the coaching family tree that he's been playing in, because he's only played in the Shanahan systems, bro. From getting drafted by Shanahan to Washington, then playing under McVay, who's a product of Shanahan, right? Remember, he was with McVay for 3 years as the OC. Then he goes over to Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski is a Gary Kubiak disciple who's a product of Mike Shanahan. So it's all the same type of shit. And then there's Nathaniel Hackett, where I'm getting at. He's over there, product of Matt LaFleur, you know what I'm saying, who's a product of Shanahan. But that's over there in New York. So if the Jets are going to definitely lose, I mean, to the Eagles, right? Then they go on their bye week. Then I'm sure they beat the Giants. I'm just going to say that, right? So now that would put them at what, 3-4?
Yeah.
And that's right before the trade deadline. That could actually happen.
Yeah.
They could actually trade for Cousins right there. Like when I thought of it, I was like, oh wow, that could actually work. Unless, here's the other one I thought of. This one requires a little help though. Stafford gets injured this week. Then he just goes from Kevin O'Connell and right back to Sean McVay. Because that could happen.
Yeah, be interesting.
And just saying that would entail that the Rams are like, yo, we're going for it. Like, we're not trying to tank, or, you know what I mean? Because they're not there, but they got one win on the year too.
Yeah.
So they're die out of it either.
Yeah. And but Rico, yeah, I would do that, but I'm also like, I don't know. You don't have to do that being 2-3 right now. You're not completely out of it unless you have like 0 wide receivers because Jefferson went down.
Yeah, and why not get another bench piece? Give me a good old 3-for-1.
Quinn said, who do you like better rest of the season, T. Higgins or Ridley? I mean, as of now, Ridley. That'll change when T. Higgins comes back, though, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, it's really because we could use him right now.
JJM said, do you think it's possible 3 teams in the AFC North get to the playoffs? It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, that would entail that like the Steelers stay in it.
I mean, all the teams. I mean, shit.
Because right now, okay. How about this? Let me rephrase it. That would entail the Bengals come back storming. You know what I mean? Because right now, if I'm
not even storming, I mean, they're 2-3 right now.
Oh well, they only have 1 win. Okay,
no.
Look at them.
Yeah, Browns are 2-2. Ravens and Steelers are 3-2. Ooh. I mean, you look over there. I mean, does anyone think the Raiders are really going to get in there? You know, and definitely not the Broncos. I mean, the AFC East, like, of course, we assume that like 2 teams are going to come out of there, you know, with the Dolphins and the Bills, the way that they're looking. Chargers, I mean, maybe there's a bunch of people who think that they're a lock. You know, I just think that they can always find a way to charger it up, especially at the end of the season. We'll see if they win or lose to the Cowboys right now. They go down 2-3 versus up 3-2, you know, and not going to be looking so good for them in week 6. And then I think the AFC South, I mean, I think they only produce the division. So, yeah, AFC North, I mean, they could produce 3 teams out of there. And it's cool that there's 3 wild card teams now, because now that could I mean, shit, all 4 teams from one division could technically make it, right? I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, though. And Grenonja said, would you pick up Justice Hill or Donta Foreman? Probably Justice Hill. I mean, they're looking for him a lot in the short pass game, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go check that real quick. How many targets did he get this past week? Yeah, he had 4 targets last week. I mean, pretty solid. That was the first week that he had that. I don't know if that's going to continue or not. What was his snap count? 56% of snaps. I mean, see, that's the thing that he has going for him. He's still playing the most percent of snaps out of there, but it is a 3-headed monster still. But Roschon Johnson is still in concussion protocol. That's something that came up a little earlier that I totally forgot to shout out. So maybe Donta Foreman looking a little shinier right now. And Camden, what moves should I make? I'm 2-3, kind of worried. I got Tua, CMC, Tien Mostert, Higgins, Godwin, DJ Moore, Sutton, and Hunter Henry. I mean, yeah, see, like, I mean, I don't know, from the outside looking in, I mean, that's not like a bad team necessarily. Maybe you just had a bad run of it so far. Go look and see. Are you is there like, have you just been playing like tough teams? Because sometimes you just got to ride it out. You don't have to make a move just to make a move. But for anyone who is feeling a little bit weary, you know, right now, you should go join the crew at 420crew.org, because you, if you get on the superstar tier or higher, you get one-on-one access to me, to where we can talk about trades. We can talk about a lot of things. And yeah, like, we give quick answers here on the show because we got hundreds of people, you know, and hundreds of questions to answer. But yeah, join the crew, support the crew, and then you get one-on-one access to me where we could be talking offline as well. The higher the tier, the more entries you get into the raffles that we do as well. So go join up. Go join the crew. What he said, Tina said, still don't ruin the team even more. QB is the hardest to find for sure. Hell yeah, it's the hardest to find. And Tina said, what sport has the best playoff format? March Madness. Let's see. Trent said, I like the NBA, NHL, 7-game series, but wouldn't be possible with football. Yeah, definitely wouldn't be possible. Isn't baseball 7 games as well? But yeah, March Madness, way different type of playoff format, right? It's just like insanity. And JJ, once Herbert comes back, think he'll be the RB1, or is it possible for Johnson to take over the role, of course, of the season? I think that either way, they're always going to be in some kind of a split, but it's Khalil Herbert's job to lose. That's what kind of sucks. So it's like Roshan needs to, I mean, it's already not, I guess it's already not good that he didn't practice today. We'll see tomorrow, because, I mean, he could still practice tomorrow and then be cleared by like Saturday or whatever. But yeah, that's one of the things that sucks with Roshan being in concussion protocol right now. He needs to get out there. Smokey Bear LaFleur, Wallace or McDuffie? That's Kai Venn, right? Let me see. I gotta go see if I
my bad.
Gotta go
phone call real quick.
Gotta go see if I got Kai Venn in a bunch of spots. But Kai Venn or McDuffie? So the
how much did you spend on Kai Venn?
Not much. That's why I don't know if I got him.
I put $23. Did you spend that much?
Nah, not even.
Okay, so that means I got him everywhere if someone didn't bid more than me. Because you know me, I'll go chunky on something like I need. Because I'm like thin at DB in some spots where I like have like L'Jarius Sneed, and like I've been using Isaiah Simmons, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, fuck.
I just never spend a lot on IDP because I don't know. A lot of times there's just people not paying attention, I guess, and so a lot just slipped through the cracks.
Well, for me, I've paid attention to like the Bernie Macs of the world, and like, you know, like even Brother Roz, like these guys always spend like 20, you know, 25, 30, you know what I mean? Like they'll go after, because you know why? Because they're always thin, you know what I mean? But they're like guys like that, they're top heavy as fuck on offense. their defense, you know, they don't have depth, you know what I mean? So they spend up for those guys. Like I saw someone spent like $30 on Christian Harris was dropped. I didn't realize that. I probably would have spent like 40 because I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Spend it. You want all the depth, especially young motherfuckers.
Yes, and I got him in a few. Let me see, but Wallace or McDuffie, because both have been really good. I'm probably going McDuffie.
Go Wallace.
It's a bit safer.
I guess Kayvon's been a lot of the big plays too the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather have the safer floor guy with the tackles. And if what can we get 6 weeks straight of a over on Thursdays? I would like that because then McDuffie's in for a big work here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the over streak on the Thursdays. Let's keep it going. Come on. It's the defense that gives up the most points in the league, the Broncos. Let's go.
Trent said, any good dynasty, buy low or sell high. Man, see, that's why we got Stevie B. They were just on last night. You guys got to make sure you show up for their shows because I don't know. My brain's just not wired to like think like that. Like
I can answer his question in a vacuum. You just sell. What's the question? Buy low and sell high.
Buy low, sell high. Yeah.
So sell high on guys that are producing, but they're like maybe a little longer in the team.
He wants specific names though. Is what
I don't know who he has though. That's why I'm generalizing, right? So
well,
like,
yeah,
say like a DeAndre Hopkins, right?
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins, if you have him on your squad, you know what I'm saying, and I could perhaps package him up. You know what I mean? Because he's just coming off a big game, and I could package him up with something else and bring me back something I need. You know what I mean? Or maybe even just flip him for a pick. Maybe I'm 0-5 right now, and it don't look like I'm gonna win. And I can start looking at some of these older players that I have, and I can start moving them to teams for picks and maybe younger play or young players with potential. Like for example, I might even like flip I don't know, like Trey Palmer is like interesting, right? Like if I had like DeAndre Hopkins, give me Trey Palmer and like maybe a back end first or something. You know what I mean? Like I'll do something like that. You know what I mean? Then on the buy low is just whoever's not producing and they're a bad motherfucker. Boom, that's simple as that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a player, he's really good, but he's not producing. You buy low. Stock market. Boom.
Hell yeah. All right. Gotta make this pickup real quick. Let's see.
What's this? You still in the vampire things?
No, got adding Donta Foreman in the Hustler IDP life.
Nice. It's crazy. I got decent running backs there, but I didn't think of that. Fuck. And I just lost James Conner.
Roshan's still in concussion protocol.
That's the Wednesday practice, the early practice for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but was he limited though, or that's all they said?
That's all they said.
Okay.
And what up, Bakes? Bakes in the house. What up, homie?
What up, Big Bakes?
And Stranger said, "What is this? IIRC, a World Series best of 7, and the playoffs are 5." Okay. Oh, okay. Championship. Yeah, I guess he did say who has the best playoff format, right? All right.
I like the NFLs.
Juan said, would you trade Zach Moss for Dameon Pierce?
Yep.
Yeah, to get Dameon Pierce? Yeah.
Yep. Give me Dameon Pierce for sure. Don't do it the other way. Don't be Dameon Pierce and you don't have Dameon Pierce and you're trading him for Zach Moss. Don't do that.
Yeah, Bakes just locked it in. And I understand why Q-Tip lagged because had to send Patrick Mahomes for Tyler Boyd. Ouch. And Grenanja, I waited until after the ad break. Make sure that you guys member up over there on Twitch, and you don't have to watch the Twitch ad breaks. Said I traded Dameon Pierce for Cortland Sutton and Tajay Spears 2 weeks ago. Did I win that trade, do you think? I mean, I would have rather had Dameon Pierce. I mean, I know 2 weeks ago things were looking really grim for him, but he's got some linemen back now, and I think he kind of changes his trajectory.
And I mean, he's going on a bye week. You know, Cortland Sutton, that was just that person selling high on him, and then Tajay Spears. I know that if he's talking about that week 2 weeks ago, it's like that was that one game where he got like more snaps or whatever.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything, and then I guess he did okay this last week, but it's like, man, can you bank on that? Probably not. You know what I mean? Right. So I would have rather have just stayed with Dameon Pierce.
Yeah. It's all right. You found us now, bro. So you'll be able to ask us before you click accept or, send those trades now. And Tino said, I'd prefer if the NFL went top 8 AFC, top 8 NFC. Hell no, man. See, that's what sucks is
So
like,
you could try to make sure the Cowboys are in there easier.
yeah, for sure. Because it's like, it's always like, yeah, I always kind of felt this for the NBA is like, and maybe it wasn't like this way for one conference at a time, but there was always like 2 teams or 3 teams that like just didn't belong there. And I know that like Cinderella stories, you know, can happen. And but you have to earn it in the NBA by winning a series. Like any given Sunday football, like it'd kind of be some bullshit if like a number 8 seed just got like some fluky win.
I mean,
over
because and then like the top team is like if they don't sweep them, and then because that's the thing too. It's like it's a long haul, right? So it's like if you don't sweep them, and you say this fucking team, the Cinderella team almost does. It takes you to like 6 games or whatever, and then you only got a couple days and you're back on this other series. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that could help. That could affect some of those top teams too. It's like fucking, you know what I mean? Like, man, you're supposed to make good work, make easy work of these motherfuckers, and then now you're all beat up out the first round.
Well, yeah, Tino, wild card teams beat the champ teams all the time, but yeah, the more that
look at the Giants,
the more that you water down the what's it called, the wild card teams. Like, I like it now with the 7 because it seems like at least there's a race for the end for that 7 spot a lot of times.
And selfishly for fantasy, we don't run into to the situation that was very common where like if you have players on teams that are locked up their division or the second or first seed, they'd start to sit their guys. That's happened to me before. With Andrew Luck against the Cowboys, and what was it, 2014? It was fucking the semi. It might even been the championship. I'm not sure if it was 15 or 16 that year, but
yeah, Tino. But last year, yeah, the Bucks under 500. Like, yeah, that was in the division. But imagine if there was one more wild card spot as well. Like they might have produced 2 teams in that division potentially. Because it might not.
Honestly, I like the 17-week structure. I think it's cool. One thing that annoys me is that 9 and 7 is like 9 and 7, 10 and 9 and 7, even the 8 and 9, like that's a possibility in shitty divisions, and that's fucking whack.
And here, this is a really good point. JJM, he said, the more teams you add to the playoffs, the less the regular season matters. Exactly. Because like if you got the playoffs like sewed up so tough, like, man, that's why I really like the 1 bye week team, and that's it. Because remember when they had the 2 bye week teams? Like, man, we would get teams like sitting their players in like week 16.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Way better.
Yeah.
Well, that's the 7. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's with the 7 team in there. But yeah, the bye week, that's way better than even them adding that extra spot. But that's why they were able to add the extra spot.
Yep.
Tina said, if you add the extra spot, the Bucks still don't make it. Maybe not.
But they win the division last year.
Yeah.
That's
what was the
if you're talking about record from last year.
Remember when Washington made it and they won the division a couple years ago? Wasn't with like a shitty record?
2016 Kirk Cousins.
It wasn't. Didn't they have like a shitty record though?
Yeah, check them out. 2015. That's the 2015 season.
Let's see.
Yeah, they got
Which
in
is for the last time they won the division.
No, they won the division.
Not the last time?
Then they went there. They won it in 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so the last Corky Kirk. Oh, that's what you're saying? Because I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm saying the last time that they won the division.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, I don't even know if they were like at 500. I think they might have even been below 500, right? It was.
I think they were 9 and 7.
It was a weird year. It was definitely an ugly.
They were 9 and 7, but it was like because everybody, Danny Dumbass was hurt. There, and the Cowboys were down to like Ben DiNucci.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
that was the crazy COVID year, right?
The Taylor Heineke, like he comes in week 1 after the Magic Man like plays ass series, and then just
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about that, Tino? What about that year?
I guess about that year though. That was the year that Dak died when the Giants shattered his shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And fucking he was pacing for like, man, he was throwing like 500-yard outings like every week. It was crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't that the year he's pacing for like 55, 6,000.
Yeah, I was just referencing that earlier. that was with Kellen Moore. That was the first year they let Kellen Moore. That was the second year they let Kellen Moore do the play calling. You know what I mean?
Tina said they didn't win that year. Y'all tripping. I'm just talking about shitty teams winning the division and getting into.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about shitty teams that got in like at 9-7 when it was a 16-week season, that was the Giants both times, right?
Yeah,
both times. Like
everyone
else was shitty in their division. They happened to win it at 9-7, and then they just went on them on the road. Like Eli Manning's never played a playoff game at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or at least I don't. Maybe he has. I don't know, but not on those runs, not on the Super Bowl runs. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, when did they ever win the division while he was there? I don't remember that. Like,
they have. Oh, you're right.
Every time I remember him getting in, they were a wild card. Those years they won, they were literally the number 6.
Because they had the Andy Reid Eagles there all the time. So you're right. Andy Reid would never not win that division when he was in there. And ever since Andy Reid left, it's pretty much been, I don't think we've had a repeat offender 2 years in a row.
In the East, right?
Yeah, like I can't remember. I don't know, maybe 10 years. Tino could probably fact check me on that. Like,
no, you're right. And we still haven't seen like the Eagles haven't won 2 years in a row, right? Won the
in the past 10 years for sure. I can't remember when that division someone went back to back in that division.
Yeah, JJM said that I think the 7 might be the magic number. It's enough to keep people interested for most of the regular season. Gives enough interest to see what the final team will be, and then think about how many people watched the Lions versus the Packers last season for that very last one.
They're never gonna bump it down. If anything, they would add another week, right? And I don't want that either. Now, in a lot of ways, if as long as say they keep the same structure and they add another week, I guess, and so it's
because they
9-9.
If they added another team, they'd probably have to add another bye week team, like make it 2 bye week teams or something.
Well, I don't see them adding. I think 32 is the magic number here. I could see them maybe you're talking
about adding and franchise
a week, yeah, a week. I'm talking about adding another week.
Adding the
regular season, yeah. But I can see them doing that, yeah, because because look at when they added the 17th game, right? Like that was what fucking how many billions just to add that one week of football?
Yeah.
It was like a fucking like 50 billion or something like that.
It would be crazy if they did have what Ricky said, what Ricky told Hess, the 18 week season, but with 2 bye weeks for every team.
Yeah, I can get down with that. It would just go deeper into January.
Yeah. You know? And it would have to be,
just what would they probably do? It'd probably be a lot of the teams that played on Thursdays, then because that would be great. You play on a Thursday and then you go on a bye week or you know what I mean?
So London, you're on a bye.
You go to London. You're out of the country. You're on a bye because that's what they used to do. You play Thanksgiving. You go on. Or with the Cowboys, they make them play the short week on a Thursday. Then a week later off from that Thursday is Thanksgiving. So it makes them have a full week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's ways around it, and then shout out to the schedule makers because that shit's crazy. I saw a little mini doc on how they go through the process. It's nuts because you got to involve baseball and hockey and all these different, in different areas, right? You got to look it's crazy. It's all things considered. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that'd be the only way to get rid of the short weeks. Because you can make a team have a bye week before the Thursday game.
Yeah, come back. Now they come back and they play on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's really what sucks is the short weeks. It's not the Thursday games. It's guys only being able
and it would probably be a lot of teams playing each other and both teams are coming off buys. That would probably be the niche there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be crazy, right? Because that
you would eliminate the short week aspect. You know what I mean? Yeah. There would be no more games that are played. No teams would play on a Sunday than a Thursday, but when they play their Thursdays, they're coming off a bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and seeing that'd be crazy.
I guess it'd be difficult to do that because you can't.
In the beginning of the season, it'd be impossible.
No buys.
Having a bye week for the first couple weeks.
Unless there's no way around that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be the tough thing. That's what's tough about it.
It'd be the Cowboys that would always get those games. Like,
Unless
or like why are we getting another Giants primetime game? I get that it's the Bills, but it's like, man, like they really thought the Giants were just gonna light. Like same thing with Russell Wilson last year. Remember that?
Yeah.
They gave us hella Broncos games. Like, oh my god, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what they're gonna have to do is they're just gonna have to Bogart Saturday night from college, and
not gonna happen.
Move those games up. Move them earlier in the game. Move earlier in the day. I mean,
it's the network, the television contract deals that they
Yeah,
have.
for sure.
That's what I mean. That's why when you add one more week, it's in the billions and billions. I mean, tens of billions when they added one more week. That's what those contracts were looking like for however many years those contracts last, right? Like, I mean, I think that if they're going to add another week, it's not going to happen until the next, like, when they do the player
the next contract negotiation or whatever.
Yeah, when they do the player the PA and an owner's fucking agreement shit, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that happens however many X amount of years, right?
It's every 7 years.
Every 7 years. There you go.
Tyler Sperry said he said, oh, wait. Did you ask a question before that? Didn't see it, I guess. He said Gabe Davis or Osborne.
Davis.
Yeah. And Tina said you don't need to have a bye week early. You just need 2 to 4 teams at a time.
Me and Tino's gonna figure this out. I'm telling you.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Every time Tino shows his little mock, okay, this is what the schedule should look like. It's like, why is the Cowboys in every primetime game? America's team, bro. When people eat dinner, they watch America's team.
Do you know how much money we're gonna make off of this?
They probably would, though. I mean, like, that's why Jerry Jones walks up in there. He's like, I want 6. And I know you're getting the standard 5. We need to add another week.
Oh man, Chief Ish. He said, "Should I start Algier or Hunt?" And he said, "My RBs are rough." Who's the Falcons play again? Washington. And then Hunt
plays the Niners.
Yeah, I'll just go Algier. Yep. Yeah.
That's a game Atlanta could win. They could be they could be on the time of possession. That's when you see Algier in the mix, because like the only games that Algier did like well in is when they were in winning situations. I mean,
what up, Chase?
What up, Chase?
And Zombie Outbreak. What up? He said Flowers or Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, it's gonna be Garrett Wilson. I really want to play Flowers this week, though.
Against the Titans, yeah, I'll probably flex Flowers over some according to some other bad matchup options I might have.
Chase said, "You guys think Dulcich will have more fantasy relevance when he returns?"
No,
or have some. Yeah, I don't think so.
No, because like outside of Jimmy Graham, there's not really tight ends that like the tight ends in Sean Payton's offense. They're really just like tight end or bust outside of Jimmy Graham. You know what I mean? When you look at his history for real, you know what I mean? Was Kobe Fleener a thing? No, even that fucking terrible Jared Cook. Like he's probably like the guy who was like semi-viable, but he was super touchdown or bust with the Saints. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And FNCS said, should I do this trade? I'm 4-1. Just traded CD and Michael Thomas for Mahomes and Hopkins because Richardson went down. So now I need an RB. Should I trade either Ridley for Montgomery or Mixon? I mean, it's a tough game.
Montgomery for me.
Yeah, I'm going Monty.
Immediately, he's playing the Bucks. That's kind of a really bad matchup. But let's see this offensive line can, move some bodies here for my man Monty.
Chief Ish said 49ers did my boys dirty. He said not looking forward to playing another RB against them. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Now that we have the full, week 5, let's see who's given up the least amount of points to running backs. So, well, technically it's the Eagles as of right now. Bottom 5 in giving up points to the running back position. Eagles, Lions, Falcons, Saints, Browns.
Yep.
Let's see. Who's the 5 lowest to the QBs? Bills, Ravens, Browns, 49ers, Patriots.
Isn't that funny? Because the Patriots offense does it to themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, here we go. Least amount of points to the wide receivers. The Browns, the Jets, the Texans, the Cowboys, and the Rams. Rams have been holding it down. Let's see. Least amount of points to the tight ends. Ravens, Saints, Bills, Patriots, Cardinals. Interesting.
What?
Yeah, 5 weeks in, we got a little bit of
you got some good data.
Yeah. It's ugly. It's ugly at the bottom of these lists.
I mean, but it definitely this is when we start really killing. I mean, we've been killing the starting sits already, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where it's like, it just becomes that much easier. And it's never easy, but helps, I should say.
Yeah.
Make it look easy.
Chief Fish said I got offered CD for Ramondre and Christian Kirk. Should I do it? I'm currently 2-4. Man, I really don't want to trade CD like that. Like
that one ain't easy.
Yeah. Especially going up against the Chargers. Like let's jump over to the teams who are giving up the most points to the position. So wide receiver, let's just start with the QBs. So QBs, teams giving up the most points to the QBs. The Bears, Broncos, Cardinals, Chargers, Commandos. That's the top 5 there for QBs. Teams giving up the most points to the running backs. The Broncos, the Panthers, the Bears, Cardinals, and then the Giants. That's the top 5 teams giving up points to the running back. Teams giving up the most points to the wide receivers: Chargers, Eagles, Seahawks, Commanders, and the Vikings.
Look at Tennessee and work their way out of that top 5.
Yeah. Sure. Teams giving up the most points to the tight end: the Jets, the Falcons, the Lions, the Bengals, and the Rams.
It's insane.
Yeah, things changing a little bit.
Yeah, the Lions are a straight up funnel defense. Can't run on them, but you could throw all over them.
Sam said, "How are the Patriots not in the top 5 of any of those?" Well, let's see.
Because they're not good. There's just reputation, right? At this point, their personnel wise too. They're like, okay, Judon goes down. That's one of their. That's what I mean. I mean, even though their young rookie who was like real promising, like they don't really have star power there. It's all scheme. Like they're not depending on like world beating talent. It's all scheme. You know what I mean?
Patriots are giving up the fifth least points to the QB. Let's see, they're giving up a bunch of points to the running back, but looks like I think 11th, either 11th or 12th. So they're like, top 12 and giving up points there. For the wide receivers, 13th least. So I mean,
that's fugazi. You know why?
Why?
Because everybody runs on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then the tight end.
They do have a decent secondary, though. Like I said, scheme. And when you have Kyle Duggar and you got, you bring back JC Jackson and you have Jonathan Jones, he's coming back from his little injury.
Yeah, it's the QBs and the tight ends that they shut down. And it's the wide receivers and the running backs that have been eaten a little bit. Wide receivers or running backs more than the wide receivers. And Tino said for reals, Pats have nobody that can win a one-on-one. I mean, it's all bad over there. Maybe JC Jackson can now that he's back.
He's like an off-coverage guy too, though. I mean, he did play dumbass well, though. Enough that they moved on from Stephon Gilmore. Or at least, but that's just one of those things, like because the bag. Well, actually, they moved on from Stephon Gilmore for Jonathan Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what that was actually.
And George Play 01 said, should I trade Algier for Spears? Nah. I wouldn't be excited to play Spears any of these weeks coming up. And even if Henry went down, I mean, yeah, I'd be the guy, but I'd be nervous.
Can do it.
Savage Jeremy, who the fuck put the Giants on prime time again?
That's what I said. I'm like, I get it. It's the Bills. Like, all right, I get. I mean, because listen, okay,
I read off those matchups. There's a lot of really like not shiny matchups. Like we always could look at one game.
At least we're getting Stallion in prime time.
Yeah, all the games. There's a lot of like bullshit games. Like, look, here's the games that are non-London. Okay, on Sunday, Panthers, Dolphins, pretty blah. Texans, Saints, whatever. Falcons, Commandos, come on. Colts, Jags, Seahawks, Bengals, like that. You know, maybe now that Burrow's looking nice over there. Vikings, Bears, 49ers, Browns. I know you love that one. Screams the under, you know, screams very boring game. Patriots, Raiders, Lions, Bucks, Cardinals, Rams. Like that might be the most exciting game, but on paper, like the team's ugly right now.
Yeah, like an exciting game to watch.
Yeah. And then Eagles, Jets, and then Giants, Bills. Like,
see, this would have been one of those ones where, like, if it was Aaron Rodgers, it would have been like the Eagles, Jets would have been like the other one. But going back to, did we get a Danny? I mean, I guess we're gonna get this on F&T, but did we get a Danny dumbass?
No,
not
yet.
Okay.
And Tino said big city games going prime time, not the Buffalo Bills. Well, the Giants. I mean, there's the big city team, right? And Savage Jeremy said the schedule makers were off. Those Rodgers, this year.
I mean, it happened. It happened, I should say.
Yeah. And Timothy said Addison or Devonta Smith. Man, this one's tough.
I asked us that earlier. I mean,
I'm leaving Addison right now, but it's still Wednesday, so make sure you come back. Maybe
I was leading Smith earlier, but then I pivoted back to Addison because it's like, man, I did like that 9 targets there, even with. And if you remember, if you're watching that game, you know, what I'm saying that the injury to Jefferson happened like what it was in the second half, and it was fairly late. So Addison was like, but now it's like, okay, do you focus on Addison now, right? Or do they be like, okay, now we need to put our number 1 on KJ Osborne, or like, do they need to like focus more on Hawkinson and this opens up for it's like, you know what I'm saying? Is there still a clear path for Addison outside of just minusing Jefferson? Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Luckily,
Devonta Smith has been ass all year. It's nuts.
Luckily, he's had one good game. I mean,
He's
had one good game, but luckily it is the Bears for Addison, and they've been. They've been pretty whack.
Yeah, shit, they're giving up booty to opposing QBs.
Yeah, and let's see. So who do we got? We got the Bears.
At minimum, we might just have a weather check that morning. You know what I mean? It's an early game, so be like, if they got like some 25-mile-an-hour gusts and winds or something. And I didn't even hear that there's going to be no bad weather here, but I could call someone in Chicago right now.
Let's see. Chicago giving up the 11th most points to the wide receiver. And let's see, Jets giving up the second least most to wide receivers. So, I mean, even if you're just going on who's the better matchup, I mean, Addison is way better matchup.
And I do remember what I said earlier is that when I was leaning Smith was because like I do feel like Hawkinson, is the guy who really kills shit. I mean, look at McLaurin and them last week. And I know it's obviously different teams, but
yeah.
It's divisional too. That's what makes it tough. Like they're gonna play them tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Devonta Smith or Garrett Wilson. I'm leaning Garrett Wilson in this one because flip side of that, Eagles, they're giving up a bunch of points, the second most.
I'm having deja vu because this is the same thing. There's like in order, the same same two.
Oh man.
No, I'm serious. Like from earlier. Yeah. I'm saying this time I'm gonna keep it the same. I'm going Garrett Wilson.
JJ, I'm a Cowboys fan out on the Giants on primetime. He said they got to get the attention off the Cowboys steamroll somehow. Bake said DeMarcado or Moss.
DeMarcado. I mean, I guess when they say Jonathan Taylor's only going to get like a small up, they're going to ramp him up with like he's give him another 10 snaps.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Who the Colts play the Jags?
Yeah, Jags. I mean, they're not the friendliest against the running backs.
Nope.
Let's see where the Rams are. The Rams more or less friendly. Very similar. Very similar. So I don't even think we can use the matchup as going one way or the other necessarily because they're both giving up like the most similar points.
No, Keontae Ingram. I mean, I guess do we have any? What's his injury? A neck?
I'm not sure. We can check on that though. Let me see. How many targets did DeMarcado get?
Because we'll probably see like Comment come in for a little bit, but like I don't know what kind of, I guess what is DeMarcado build wise? I mean, remember we looked this up.
Small little fucker.
Small little fucker. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go Moss because at least we've been seeing it with Moss. Jags may be a little bit tougher of a matchup, but what if the Rams just go up by multiple touchdowns and the Cardinals just abandon the run? And that's what I'm thinking
the
of.
Cardinals are top 5 in giving up points to QB. So, you know what I mean?
That's why I'm leaning Moss. And Moss is like fighting for his life right now, like as well. It's like this is like his last chance before, like, he may have 1 or 2 more games where JT's not back to a full workload. And that's it. This is like his last dance. This is his last dance. That's it.
I can get behind that.
Chris said half PPR, need to get 2 RBs and a flex, ETN, Walker, Kamara, Hall. So you're just sitting one of these guys. Man, I guess I will. I mean, I don't want to sit Walker. I don't want to sit ETN. Like, I'm not sitting either one of those guys. So it comes down to Kamara and Hall. Saints against Texans. The Texans have kind of, they haven't been themselves as far as like giving up like, 100% complete booty. But they are giving up the 6th most points still to
running backs because they're doing it through the air too. So I'll play Kamara there and stay away from the number 1 ranked run defense for Breece Hall. Yeah. Number 1 as it stands right now.
Eagles giving up the least amount of points to running backs.
You know what I mean? Shout out to all the Cowboys and other with me on this when I say fuck the Eagles.
Stranger said, at least when Monday Night Football sucks, we can all make fun of it in the chat for entertainment. Hell yeah, that's one thing that is fun, having a group of people that we can talk shit about whatever we want.
But it's going to be a good one Monday night. We got a thriller on our hands.
This one's going to be a good
Cowboys Chargers. What?
Yeah, this one's going to be a
good crazy. It better go crazy.
I think he was speaking more about the Packers and the Raiders and how trash.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that shit was really whack. Romeo Dubs couldn't give me a fucking 4 points I needed in the motherfucking in the TFL. God damn it. That's the second. That's the second. I haven't lost a matchup this year less than like 5 points for real. You know what I mean?
In which one?
In the TFL.
Ooh,
I'm 1-4 over there. And then one of my losses was ironically a Romeo Dobbs sit in week 1. So I was like, he said he's gonna be on snap count, and then I lost by like 4 points, and you know what I mean, he got me the margin, or would have. I'd be 2-3. That was haunting me. That was haunting me all year.
Fucking Tino said, I just seen a Dallas Cowboys lunch truck. He said Dallas eating this week.
Hey, did you buy something there? They probably got the biggest list. You should have waved them down. Hey, you see Tina running down the street like it's the ice cream man. Stop. Okay. And then they open the window. Can I take your order? God damn, it's Jerry Jones. You know it was Jerry Jones driving that thing. Come on.
What the fuck?
He wants America's burger.
He sent it here. It's got the Cowboys on the top. It's got Raiders and 49ers on each of the big windows. And it's got the Raiders on the side as well. And then it also has it looks like some soccer teams. Football. It has some football.
It'll be dope.
Side as well.
Right when they park that thing, right? Boom, the bus is a little fucking bar, little thing pops out, some stools right there. You know what I mean?
I'm feeling real good.
And then this motherfucking Jerry Jones driving that thing. I thought it was an all Cowboy one, so it couldn't be Jerry Jones.
Let's see. So M said start Josh Palmer or Drake London. I'm just gonna go with London. I mean, it's the matchup. Washington's been giving up extreme booty to the wide receivers, and I want to exploit that matchup.
Ritter's at home. These are the games that London actually had good games when because Ritter's only had good games at home so far this year. So I like that. I like that little trend.
Yeah, at least with the Falcons and Desmond Ritter and pretty much all of them, I feel like we got to treat it like Big Ben of the past, where it's like we're playing home Ben, but like we're just sitting road Ben, and all the pieces around road Ben except the running backs. Got to treat it like
that was the thing though. It's like that went away once he had Juju, like that year, that 2018.
Yeah,
it was a wrap, bro.
I mean, that was shit. You throw 5,000 yards.
Yeah,
5,000 yards. You're
it didn't matter where he was at that year. You know, I actually thought of this back in the days because I used to try to figure out like why the fuck is he like does he dip in production like that? And then one thing I did notice, because this is when I first was like fucking with PFF and shit, is like he would like take more snaps under center. You know what I'm saying? When he's on the road. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's like the noise and shit. Because he was one of those guys that would try to quiet fools down in Heinz Field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he gets the respect. But, you know, on the road, fuck no. Even like, you know what I mean? They had hella Steelers fans everywhere they went, but it's still like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's the only thing I could think of. Maybe he's, you know, it was hard for him to, you know what I mean? Give the word to his guys up front, so he takes more snaps under center. Because then he played better out of the shotgun. Basically, what I was saying, you know what I mean? That was the one thing that jumped out when you looked at his numbers. Like, oh, he's just way better in the shotgun, but he's under center more.
Banks is on the road. He said, "Extreme booty sounds like a workout video from Richard Simmons."
Woo! Really breaking a sweat here. What was that dude? Richard Simmons? No, what was his name?
Yeah, Richard Simmons.
Oh yeah. Feel the burn.
And C-Boy said, what kind of wide receiver or running back you think I can get for DJ Moore? Man, you thinking about trading DJ Moore just for someone like straight up right now?
But no, he said, oh, I thought he said wide receiver and running back, because I would do
that.
No,
he said wide receiver or running back.
CMC. Chase.
Yeah.
Like why would you want a receiver that like if I was gonna go receiver, that would mean I'm tearing up. I'd probably have to put something with DJ Moore. You know what I mean? Like you already have DJ Moore. He's like one of the best receivers in fantasy right now.
Maybe didn't hear. I mean, I just went through. We just went through the 5 teams, top and bottom, giving up the least and most points to each position. And wide receiver, top 5, Minnesota, right there, top 5. Great matchup for DJ Moore this week. Like, don't trade him away before like a great matchup. Trade him away before a shit matchup.
Yeah, I'm just writing that thing out. It might be the best stack in fantasy.
Yeah, I don't want to give him up here. And Jalen Rose said CMC for DJ Moore. Stop the cap. Pretty much just saying, like, why would you trade DJ Moore away for like one person? And the Chivas soccer team. Where are the Chivas from? Tino, where are they from? J Jam said, I heard people talking about the Bears, the Panthers, the Cardinals, talking about the rebuilds, not remembering the Cowboys have been rebuilding since 1996. Ouch. And Tina said, what team is underrated and what team is overrated? Good question, Aquado. I'd say a team that is underrated right now has to be the Bengals. Definitely underrated. And then the team that's overrated, it's the Cowboys, man. They're so overrated. So overrated. And what up, Peacock? Said, find out with all this BS. What I miss? Everything? Kind of everything, yeah. Kind of. And Jalen said Drake London's about to torch that secondary. Emmanuel Forbes is trash. You can get hella tackles out there. But yeah, he ain't shutting anybody down yet. Still a rookie. And Tino said, same old thing. Peacock just said, talk about my Cowboys, answering start and sit questions. Always talking about Tino's Cowboys. That's for sure. And yeah, there we go. Peacock, he said the real Chivas are from Guadalajara, Mexico. Yeah, I knew it was. Yeah, because now I guess I didn't know that I I didn't know that they were like in like they're like the USA. What the hell's the US soccer league? But yeah, I didn't know they're right there, right by LA, huh? Patty, what up? So I'm desperate in need of RB because I have Aaron Jones, Connor, DeMarcado, and Jaleel. I have AJ Brown, Amon Ra, Hollywood, Amari Cooper. Which receiver should I trade and what RB should I try to get? Well, I'm always going to remind everyone, make sure you go and join the 420 crew so you can get access to me like one-on-one. Because, I mean, I can give you a little quick answer, you know, like right now. But the best way for me to like tell you what you should go after is by me helping you analyze some of the other teams like in your league. You got to go see which teams need a wide receiver. You know, which ones have multiple running backs, you know, where they might be able to like actually get rid of one or two of them. So, I mean, there's a few things that you got to do. You got to target the teams that are also desperate and needy like you. But that's what you want to do. And if you go to 420crew.org, like you should do, join the crew, support the mission. And then we'll be able to help you in way more depth and who you should be going after, who you should be targeted. Oh, what the heck? Peacock said it was Carson Chivas USA. No more. Oh, dang. It's not around anymore, huh?
What's that?
The Chivas football team. Yeah, it's funny. Even in the league, he was like, man, my fantasy team is killing it. And there's one there in the preseason still. They're like, what fantasy team? Like football? Like soccer? And they said soccer. And he was like, no, that's what assholes call it, okay? Rafi's real big on his football. Big said my homie traded away DJ Moore and broke up his field stack for Kyren Williams and the Slim Reaper. Said the hype real.
It's probably a bad trade right now.
Yeah, especially like maybe
with more context. Maybe he's
buying low on
the running back.
Probably, and thinking that the Slim Reaper is going to come back to back to life, which he could.
Yeah, I mean, he could still scrape together a thou. What did he do last year? Like 11?
I mean, they got the Jets this week, but then you got the Dolphins and then the Commandos. So, I mean, there's the smash matchups. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the matchup where he went crazy was versus the Commandos, right? Let's go check. No, that was only a 7 for 78 performance. Which one was this? Which one was this blow up game?
Got me. I have 0 Slim Reaper this year.
Only one game where he had over 100. That was week 2. Minnesota. There you go. Another team.
There you go. Number 1.
Butte. The wide receiver. Yeah, he was 4 for 131 and had the touchdown. Yeah, had the touchdown in the first each of the first 2 games and then not since. So that's what he's got to get back to. That was when he was doing solid, when he was scoring the touchdowns. Now he's just a touchdown or bust wide receiver. What up, Kidda?
What's up, Kidda?
Oh, and so we gave so Bogey, who's your overrated and underrated team? I forget who asked this. I think it was Tino. So my underrated team was the Bengals. My overrated team was the Cowboys. Peacock, his overrated team's the Bills. Underrated is the Saints. And Tino said he likes the Bills overrated. Kidda said the Chiefs kind of suck.
Yeah, I said the Chiefs are overrated right now.
Okay.
Underrated. I'd say the Seahawks and the Rams. I'd also say
I mean, Seahawks are 3-1 right now. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, but it's like it's a quiet 3-1, right? And they're like kind of because it's like it's also like, you know, I don't think anyone really puts a lot of stock into when you go and you beat up on Danny Dumbass, you know what I mean? But like, you know, it happens still. And then there's the Buccaneers. For me, underrated. Overrated is I actually think the Saints are overrated. I mean, it's just Derek Carr because I'm never gonna say he's good.
Their defense is nasty though. Bake said trade Roschon and Jesse Bates for Gibbs. If it's a dynasty, yeah, I'm okay with that. If it's redraft, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm trying to like trade up to get Gibbs. And JJM, I never thought I'd ask this, but would you start Marquise Brown or Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson. It's actually a better matchup, believe it or not. Because you would think that
the Eagles have been giving up booty through the air.
You would just think that the Rams, that they're giving up a lot to the wide receivers, but no, they're actually not.
But it's just the type of receiver that Hollywood is, though. He gets all the high percentage shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's just down there around the goal line type of shit. Slot receiver for real.
Let's see.
And then he's got some big ones down the field, too. But I don't know.
Tim said State Farm sucked this past week. Yeah. Jalen Rose said, man, clearly hasn't watched the Saints game this year. Well, what happened? Tino said the same thing, been bad. They have weapons. It's Carr's shoulders, which is scary. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but isn't it his non-throwing shoulder? I mean, Carr sucks. Just to be honest. We've seen 9 years. This is what, year 9 or 10 of Carr is year 10, season 10.
I think so.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, this is season 10 for him. Like, we know what he is, bro.
Wow. Carr's like if his yardage was a big graph, it would just be like this. Start like his first game was the best game of the season. That's what's crazy. His last game,
but he played Tennessee, who was like giving him mad booty,
and then he actually did okay versus. But it was the 2 touchdowns like that. Technically, made this the best game of the year for him. I mean, not technically, points wise, it was the best game.
Then he gets a boo boo because he leaves the game early, right?
It was all bad in the middle. I mean, shit. He barely had 20 points combined with weeks 2, 3, and 4, and he only went over 200 one of those games. And that game he had no touchdown and only an interception.
Derek Carr, you listen to me and you listen to me close. All right, you just pepper the fuck out of Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave for all of us. God fucking damn it. That's it. I don't give a fuck if it's 3-4 yards. Just do that shit 20 times to Kamara and motherfucking, and then give me a couple deep shots of fucking Olave on a regular basis.
And Jalen Rose said Carr has the most weapons of his career. Yeah, and passes for 187. What do you mean?
I guess that's
he's got 150 attempts. I mean, unless you talk about
the yards. Maybe the average yards.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. And 187. That's murder.
Yeah. For him. For anyone who's playing him.
I'm saying. But see, this is what I always said about Derek Carr. He's good enough to facilitate some pieces for us in fantasy, but I'll never start him. It's kind of like Jimmy, how Jimmy was.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo. No, I was never like in super flex, like, oh, Jimmy's super flex. No.
Yeah.
He was either like the third QB option if I had him in a super flex. You know what I mean? Because he was well enough to facilitate the pieces that we had on for fantasy, but I wouldn't start him. The upside was low. And like Carr having the best defense he's probably had in his career, that helped him in reality, but not us for fantasy because there's,
And Jalen said Hollywood's been eating. Not really. I mean, he's been okay. Like he's had 16 and 17 point outings. Like that's like a really good flex.
Yeah, he's a good flex, but I'm not gonna start him over the upside of Garrett Wilson. I mean, he's a floor player. I'd probably flex Hollywood over like a lot of other options, honestly. But yeah. One thing what we gotta worry about with the Eagles is that they're gonna be able to eat up fucking Zach Wilson alive. Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like we just gotta hope that he's able to even like distribute the ball. You know what I mean? And not go 3 and out every time, maybe either. Like because they're not gonna be able to run the ball. And that's what they've kind of been doing this last 2 weeks. They're like, all right, take it all the way out of Zach Wilson's hand as much as possible.
It's funny. Peacock says, how long has Sid been out of Toy Story? And I'll tell you how long Carr's been out of the NFL.
Is Derek Carr?
Carr's been in the NFL. Yeah. The NFL.
Didn't they have a Sid when they put the part 4? He was like driving a truck
somewhere. Like, I mean, I've seen
part 4. Part 3? It's part 3.
There's one of those. Yeah.
With the bear, right? Or no, was that part 4? I don't remember.
Tina said,
I've seen them all with my kids.
Tino said Hollywood was my biggest question mark this year, and he still is a question mark because he's like no upside.
I loved Hollywood because of the value, and
Yeah.
I had him being a PPR machine, and I didn't give a fuck who the quarterback was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just that just you know when you could simplify it like that, and it's like, oh, 9th round, boom. But I'll get it to the point where I'm hot. Fuck, I'm supposed to have him. I like a good volume play in the flex. You know what I mean? It tends to go the right way.
Hell yeah.
I used to love that. I used to love me some Julian Edelman's. You know what I mean? He go down, boom, I'm swooping on Danny Amendolas. These motherfuckers just throw them in 6 for 70. And man, if you get a tug, you know what I mean? You mean 7 for 70, 8 for 60. These are those guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. PPR get.
Okay, Peacock said Sid was a garbage man in the background. Okay.
Oh, okay. Look at them. Still haunted by those toys.
And Zeb said, what up? Still feeling it from the weekend. Went to the Power Trip Fest in the desert. Indio, AC/DC, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses, Tool, Judas Priest. Nice.
And Judas Priest breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. That shit was hard. That whole lineup was hard.
Hell yeah.
Shit, AC/DC alone. That shit. Wow. And Metallica. I really can't stand Metallica. Like they became like these pretentious ass fucking, like in real life shit. Their music was awesome, but totally became like those. Like, what is this? This is regular yellow mustard. Take it away. Oh, bring me your manager. Actually, I'm gonna have you fired. You became like those guys. I mean,
yeah. Zeb said Debo, Godwin, or Mixon for the flex. Gotta pick one. I'm saying Mixon as of now.
I would say Mixon for the floor, and he's playing against Seattle. Everyone runs on Seattle. So, and then, but the upside plays are the other two guys. I mean, and I'd say Godwin has a bit of a floor. I'd say Godwin has a safer floor in targets than Ayuk, because Ayuk is also going to have a tough matchup. And like, it sucks that the Niners have so many weapons. You really like Brock is the guy to have, and CMC outside of CMC, it's like Brock is the steady guy to have right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and with Seattle, it might even seem fugazi, on paper right now, because I mean the Giants, like
didn't run at all.
Yeah, and that's really it. Played 4 games.
I think Breida had like 20 total touches for like 19 yards or something like that.
Week 1 is the only one where they were. Week 1 was the only one where they were giving up just like straight RB like 1 numbers. Week 2 and 3, then it was like they're giving up, like RB2 numbers, but still high end RB2 numbers. And then, nothing with the Giants. But yeah, it's like Seahawks got to have a couple more games where they give up some booty to the running backs, and they'll be right back where they should be at the top side of this.
Joe Mixon about to contribute to that.
Yeah. Kid said pretty good.
Pretty good. You know what
I mean?
Yeah. Going back to what I was saying about my pieces on my Niners. It's like for fantasy. I mean, when you play them because they have high upside, but it's almost like it's frustrating because somebody's gonna miss out on the fantasy party. You know what I mean? We carry a good defense too, so you know what I mean. And you look at Purdy, he's just like his floor is incredible. You know what I mean? He just boosted up his average after last game too.
Yeah, and I guess what kind of sucks against the Browns is they've just been like good against everything.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Like, I wonder how.
Just pound the under in that game.
It's got to be, especially if it's PJ Walker.
Yeah, if you're gonna be building parlays, I'd probably just build around that too. Just that feels like a gimme. Just put the under in the Niners.
Yeah, and
I don't want to jinx us. I don't want to jinx my.
And here's what we're gonna do this week. We're gonna try something new this week, okay? Because we are gonna make some bets, but we're only gonna do 2-leggers, and that's it. But we'll do multiple 2-leggers, and we could do a bunch of them.
It's funny because is that just the inception? Because I always said those are my jams, the 2 and 3ers.
Yeah. And we're not going to worry about, getting caught into the times 100 or times 90 or whatever. We could still do one of those. I mean, for like $1 or whatever, but I think we should do like, I don't know, at least five $2 2-leggers or whatever.
Joints that I'm strong on, I'll drop dub. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking to 2-3-leggers. I like doing that because then I like building up money so then I could put like 50 on them. You know what I mean? Like, the two and 3-leggers, that's how you kill that. No, it's funny because I was just telling that to the tribe. You know what I mean? Because I watched them like routinely hit like 5 out of 7 or 6 out of 7, just heartbreakers. I'm like, dang. And then a lot of times too, they'll cash out. You know what I mean? Like, man, they're offering me 400 right now. You know what I mean? I'm like, like a $20 bet. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I'm about to do it. Like, yeah, do that shit. You know what I mean?
Bake said sell Henry and Puka for Kelsey and Godwin in a full PPR redraft with the tight end spot. I have Conklin.
But see, that's
which
dope.
Henry? Derrick Henry or Hunter Henry?
Oh yeah, because that's kind of confusing.
Yeah,
but going back to the Bovado shit, because like you could cash out. Like say you got 5 out of the 7, you can cash out. You know what I mean?
Option,
yeah. You know what I mean?
Because they'd rather pay.
I'm not disciplined. I probably do it every time. But see, but that's why, like, when I'm doing, like, if I'm putting like 20 or 30 bucks on something, it's always a 2 or 3-legger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel strong about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Terry McLaurin fucked me last Thursday. I might actually have to. I'm like, wow, fucking Bovado, because you could tease your shit. You could custom your shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of I was listening to Steamboat shit. I was like, I'm about to backpack you. I like that. He was like, I'm putting him up to 120 because that's what the Chicago Bears were like. You know what I mean? Like, wow, okay. Maybe I should have thought of Logan Thomas.
Who else do you have, Bakes? Like, who's your RBs and who's your wide receivers on this for the Kelsey trade? Because I mean, I'm inclined to say yes, but yeah, it all depends on who you got, and still may want to rework that. And who's Sayer said, what do you think about Taylor for Devonta Smith? I don't know. Not super excited about either side of that. But, yeah, I might want to bring back Devonta Smith, though. I mean, it depends on who you have at running back also. Big BS, 2 and 3-leggers, and randomly put them together. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Derek, salute. Thanks for coming in on Twitch. You the man. And where was Peacock's thing? I know I put it up, but I didn't read it out. Peacock say dropped some new designs in the artist shop. He said just dropped $14 tees. Hella weed bong, RIP, plant-based. Let's see. Hold on, let's pull it up here so I can look and see. Because I do like I bought a couple shirts and I felt like I killed the guys that I bought shirts for, because I bought the Aaron Rodgers shirt, the DMT MVP, and then he died, and so I still haven't wore it. Bought the Joe Burrow. He fucking, I mean, now might be time to break it out. Plant-based Reggie, I like it. Halloween, I like it. The Bong RIP, I like it. Like Peacock's making shirts just for me to go buy. I like it.
Hell yeah.
And I did get the Mario shirt, so we'll coordinate one of these days and get Mario.
Yeah, hell yeah. Might me just do that for Halloween. Just get fucking loaded as fuck off mushrooms. What does Halloween fall on?
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I like it. Good shit, Peacock. Yeah, I might have to go re-up on some shirts. I got a couple Nug Lives. I got the fantasy news today.
I need to get that one. I need to get a gang of shit, bro. Man, all the money is spent before I get it. And 6 months is just being like, you know what I mean? Not stagnant, but like just scraping. And mortgage is different.
And Derek said, might be time to bring back the Joe Burrow. That's what I'm waiting. That's what I'm waiting for. I hope I can wear that shirt here real soon.
Man, I think you can wear it, bro.
Versus who they play this week? Oh, yeah.
Seattle, bro. Let's go shoot it out, bro. Burr!
It's going to be a dope game.
Bust the fur coats out.
Zeb said Zamir White, DJ Dallas, Isaiah Spiller this week. Samir White. It's ugly.
Yeah, I guess Isaiah Spiller.
There you go. Derek said put it in the chat again.
And I'd rather play like Abdullah over Zamir White if I was going to look that direction. But between these options, I guess I'll play Spiller.
Yeah. There we go. And Zeb said Threadless t-shirts online, some pretty cool designs. Well, Threadless is just a place where artists can go put their designs. So go look out for the independent artists like Peacock there. He just put his link in the chat.
Yep, shout out to our man Peacock.
And that was the site that I was on. He's
and everybody, you know what I'm saying, tonight, what is it? What time does it go down? 5:00 p.m. West Coast time?
What time Peacock wrote in the chat? It was
7:00 p.m. Central time.
No, it was 7
o'clock p.m. West Coast time.
It was 7 West Coast time. You let me know, Peacock. Is it going to be the same? 7 West Coast time, 10 Eastern.
Yeah, but what we're talking about is we want y'all to be sure to check out the Houston Huddle, starring our man Miles Peacock.
There we go.
And he's bringing on a special guest. It's our other man, Spencer Guru. I mean, they talking some Texans Saints.
I better see this battle heat up.
Ooh, we want to see some fire, some smoke.
I want to see some smoke coming out of Spencer the Guru's ears.
Ooh.
I want to see it.
You know, all you gotta do is get in the chat and say Texas about to get that ass. He's like, oh, what? What? Put that chat back up.
We got a battle of the 3-2 versus the 2-3. Saints, Texans. It's gonna be a real hard-nosed battle.
Yep, someone's going to 500.
Same Toro time, same Toro channel. Same Stone Cold time, same Stone Cold channel. Bona Boy, what up? Said, what up, y'all? Said, I hope the stream's going good. Going good.
Pause. I'm not reading that one.
That's all he does is come say hi just to get people to.
He trying to get people to get the same wild shit.
That's funny. But now he asked a question here. He said, should I start Jaleel from the Broncos or the Cardinals backup?
As opposed to Jaleel from Family Matters.
And actually, we'll just wait for this. That's funny. It's like Twitch knows when someone asks a question over there. Just went into an ad break for a minute. And there we go. Spencer the Guru said, bring it on, Peacock. I like it.
Yeah. We're not instigating anything.
No, we just want a good back and forth, man. It's funny when we get to talk some shit to some rivals. I'm glad I could just moderate. All I want to do is just stir the pot even more and just get some shit talking on both sides coming out. Talking about the matchup that you can exploit. Like, that's the shit that I'll bring up. Like, what's the matchup that, I guess the low-hanging fruit is the Saints exploiting the run defense of Houston. Now, let's see. But where would Houston exploit the Saints?
It would be, in my opinion, it's whoever's opposite of Lattimore. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just the guy that should. I think if you look at who they played this year, that's usually the guy that's getting targeted the most.
Yeah. I
don't know why I can't unremember that week they played the Packers. Like, the Packers were really shitty, but they, like, Jalen Reed had like 8 targets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, who? Maybe like, Nico Collins and or Robert Woods. I mean, and I'm pretty sure Nico. I mean, and this is why we got to tune in for tonight, because I'm saying these guys are gonna be able to break down these matchups for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I like Nico too. And Lattimore's been playing fairly well this year.
Leo Ramu said choose 3 to start. out of Puka, Waddle, Olave, Devonta Smith. Well, I'll just sit Devonta Smith right off the bat. And actually, is there only 4? Actually, never mind. There only is 4. Boom. Sit Devonta. Bad matchup. And Jalen said, would you trade Breece Hall for A-Train? I mean, he's going on IR, so he's not the earliest he'll be able to come back will be week 11. So I'm just gonna say no in a vacuum to that one.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that.
And Peacock said, I'll remember to hit the outro video this time. Yeah, he said last time he just ended the stream, forgot to hit the outro. Yeah, man, he's got a big long outro as well. I think it's like 3 minutes. Like it really serenades you.
Nice.
Yeah. Peacock went.
You know me, I like everything over the top.
Oh yeah, he went crazy with the intro and outro. I love this. That's how you
I like over the top. You know, we're artists.
Oh yeah, I got to put the work on display.
Yeah, I got to get a care package together for my guys. I've been saying that forever, but man, I need to get my hands on things. Being out of range is different, man.
Yeah, I'd love to get my hands on the California care package.
Things. I'm just out of range. I'm like right out of range. I gotta have people like meet me. Come to me. Come to me.
Jalen said I got Wilson on IR. Hopefully Mustard goes down. Come on, man. You only play in one league. We can't be hoping that guys go down. We're not the counselor over here.
What the fuck. It's for his one league, huh? I just want everyone for my one league. It's one matchup, week 6.
I said, should I pick up 2 or downs? Go downs.
And I'm not making fun of anyone who plays in one league. I'm just saying that how people will root for something like that just for their one particular matchup, like millions of people don't play or watch football, or even like this guy's just well-being at all in real life. He's like, I hope he dies this week, so I could really win my tough matchup.
So Savage Jeremy said, what's your thoughts on CD going forward? So the thing is crazy is now with 5 weeks of data, you can say that CD has maybe the easiest stretch of games coming up for the rest of the season. And I think that he's someone that you should go trade for. Got the Chargers and then the bye. Chargers are like giving up the most points to the wide receivers. Got the Rams. That's a tough matchup. But then you got the Eagles and the Giants. Both teams giving up crazy amount of points to the wide receivers. Carolina, not so much. Then Washington, Seattle, and then the Eagles again. And then Miami and Detroit in the playoffs. So yeah, I really like CD moving forward. Like you look at his at the previous couple games, had a couple tough matchups, but yeah, on paper, CD has the most friendly schedule moving forward. Jalen said Dak is crab juice. And Peacock said, I have an updated intro video. I'll email you shortly. Okay, just slightly different. Sounds good. Make sure you send that soon because Noble has a game today. So I got to get everything done before he goes to that. And JJM said, what team has shocked you to the most, either for how bad or how good they've been? Let's see. The Broncos have shocked me for how bad they've been. Like, they're like legit. Them and the Patriots, I mean, shit, they're like legit worst teams like in the league right now. I mean, maybe like, the Panthers is kind of up there with them, but, that's not really a shocker. The team that's doing good, that's shocking me, I would say is probably the Bucks. Thought with Baker coming over there that the Bucks would just be ass, and to be 3-1 through 4 weeks, with their bye week. I mean, that's pretty shocking for me. I don't think it continues, but yeah, that's what I'd say. That would be the shocking good and the shocking bad. All right, one more dab, and then we're getting out of here. We're going to be back with FNT in a couple hours. And then our man Peacock with H-Town Huddle. Yeah, 7 p.m. West Coast time, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Makes sense. What do you think of that Kelsey trade now that you have my roster? Where'd you send the rock? Did you message it to me or what? Oh, Burrow, Bijan, Henry, Chase, Ridley, Puka, Ayuk, Conklin, Love, Howell, Roshan, Algier, Herbert. I don't love it. I don't love it. I do not love it. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I'm assuming the person is giving up Kelsey because they want the running back. Because you're getting a wide receiver in return. But you getting the wide receiver in return doesn't help you because you need more running backs, not wide receivers. So I'll ixnay the Kelsey trade unless you could turn that Godwin into a running back. Or maybe it's just not a perfect fit to like trade for Kelsey in this league. Maybe you just go for Hawkinson. Or you don't trade actually, no, you're going to trade Derrick Henry over Bijan. I feel that. Or you trade, like, I don't know, multiple players just for Kelsey only.
My computer is fucking geeked.
Oh, good. Yeah, you were super in the Matrix.
Yeah, that shit was geek. I was like, yo, whoa.
And Jin23 accepted a trade offer of Puka and A-Chain for Tyreek. Man, wasn't the best week to do that.
Yep.
Unless you gave up Puka and A-Chain for Tyreek. But yeah, it's showing, nah. Yeah, so now I have Herbert, Mixon, A-Chain.
Well, Herbert's gone too.
Madison, man. No. Justin Herbert, I'm sure. Yeah, bro. Like, did you not hear the news that A-Chain is on IR? Man, it sucks, bro. Just the wrong time. Wrong time to trade for A-Chain. And Bake said, "Yep, they're RB needy." Yeah, see, that's what's tough is you don't have RB depth like that. I mean, you gotta. That's what's tough, man. You got to figure out how to get a running back from them as well. But tough to get Kelsey. Like this would just be like trading for a luxury right now because you almost hurt your team by making this trade.
What's his record?
Yeah, throw it in there. What's your record? JJM said Mostert is off the injury report as well. I said he was on it after last game. Yeah,
he's on it every week if you pay attention because he's older, and that's how you give your guys rest on paper. You know what I mean, but also it's like you don't want to hear that because Mostert is the guy who just has a very decorated injury history.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I think it's time to get up out of here. We've been rocking for like 3 hours. Appreciate you guys who are rocking with us. Make sure you smash that like button like Big BS. He said hit the like button. I forgot. Yeah, smash that like button on the way out.
Yep. What up, Big BS?
Turn on the notifications if you don't have them on. Make sure you go subscribe to the audio version of the podcast, Fantasy Football Hustler. Resist got a question in here right at the last second. Let's get it. He said start 2 out of Nico, D. Hen, Addison, Kamara. I'll go Derrick Henry and Kamara here.
Yep.
All right. And Bogey, remind everyone what you got going on.
Just check me out. All the new music. Search Bogard Scott free on all streaming platforms. Apple, Spotify, all that shit. And yeah, man, everybody make sure you tap in tonight to my guys on the Houston Huddle.
Hell yeah. 7 West Coast time, 9 Eastern, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And we'll see you guys there. Bogey, send us on home.
Week 6, give me money.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the